What's going on, everybody? It's Drew. It is the Drinking with Drew show. Welcome. We have a packed house tonight, packed pamphlet, tons to talk about. Many people in studio, including the one and only Tampa legend, Death Metal Dave. He is going to join us soon. You'll be surprised to see his hometown brew that he brought for us to try today. We have Josh Jones of Toymented, Jason Stallworth of Jason Stallworth. We have Brad Mader of Must Not Kill, and of course, Pajama Joe and Lusty Laura. So, thank you for joining. Tune in. We have so much to go over, including Death Metal Dave's life story. So, yeah, and he has to leave early. So,
let's get started.
Peace. See how this goes. But yes, it is the Drinking with Drew show. My name's Drew, and I am drinking. And now, from the CapsFlorida.com studios in Riverview, Florida, it's the Drinking with Drew show.
Plumber's butt crack looks like boobs.
Oh. Here's a birthday gift.
All right, we are back. Welcome, everybody. Let's get Laura working because she is the camera controller tonight.
I'll be
and let's
busy.
show the new sound effect that you have. Nope, you got to put your camera on.
You can't see it.
Yeah, you can. Just wait. Where is it? There you go. There you go. That is from the Brad Mader, my birthday present from Brad. Thank you, Brad. It is now officially a new
Sound effect
for the show.
It's supposed to go on your bicycle out there.
Well, you know,
What
it
the
wouldn't
fuck?
it wouldn't fit. You know, doesn't
Hey, you got to deliver the papers. You got to have the
doesn't
bill.
match with gray at all. But
It's
Blue.
it's literally silver with rainbow. I think it goes with anything.
that's all right. So, welcome, Death Metal Dave. Dave Allison, what's up, brother?
What's up?
What's happening, man?
First of all,
Yeah.
I am no legend.
You know,
I'm just
that's
a
our-
dude that has always wanted to promote the scene and promote my friends' bands.
There you
That's
go.
it.
Well, that makes you a legend
It does.
in my book. So,
Just a dude.
that's all right. Just a dude that we're going to get into it for a minute, but you have been around the scene since the mid 80s. Am I guessing right? Or even before then?
87.
87? Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about your developmental access to the scene, because you have access, I feel like, to everybody in the industry right now, which is awesome. But I want to get your whole, how that went down and pick your brain on that. And I know it's just friendship, you know, I guess that's how it is, but you made this Tampa based metal community. Like, you are the metal, I'm going to say it, dude. You're like the legend of the metal scene. You're like, you're at every show, you know, so, and you have your own beer at Monogamous Brewing.
Magnanimous.
Thank you. I knew she was going to correct me.
I can't say it either.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
rather call it, rather than legend, I'd rather call it maybe more of an ambassador.
Okay, I'm down with that.
You know what I mean?
I'm down with that.
Because I'm not a legend. I
Dave,
just wanna
take a
promote-
comment and just embrace it.
Yeah, you know.
You're the
Can't
guy
do
they
it.
tell stories about.
In this room, I think the person I've known him the longest for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And let me tell you something. Brad has a badass band. To
true.
me, this is the greatest lineup that I've seen, and I've seen every lineup and heard every bit of it. And it's fucking awesome, dude.
Brad does have an.
I will take
mustache,
that as
though.
long as you take legend.
Take it.
Also legend.
Oh, man.
No, thanks, man.
Somebody needs to sign that fucking band.
I know.
Thank you.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
Yep.
Yes.
And, you know,
That legendary band.
you bastard. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I can
agree.
sign you, but it won't get you very far.
Josh Jones is also in the house. What's up, Josh?
What's going on?
Now, have you been?
I'm great.
We're going to discuss briefly the past weekend's events with your daughter Skylar and her awesome. Are we calling it a magazine or what are we calling it exactly?
Fanzine?
Is it a fanzine? Okay.
A fan mag.
The Riot
Fan
of Your
mag.
Times, which Laura is wearing the shirt tonight.
I am.
Now I told her to cut it up and make it like hory, but
Yeah.
she has yet to do that. I said this is a perfect short to
Why
make
not
hoary.
hoary?
Just cut the logo out and it'll be fine.
Then you won't
Very
get the advertisement.
Holy hoary?
There
Yeah,
you
pretty
go.
much.
When'd you start that, man? I didn't know you did a fanzine.
Literally first
His daughter.
The first one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first one they did.
16-year-old daughter.
Yep.
Awesome.
Shoot. Nice.
Sold out one day.
Yep.
It was awesome.
Yep. So
No
we'll talk
copies
about
for
that.
us? What the hell, man?
Well, they do have one here if you
have
want
one,
to check
yep,
it out.
We have one right up there.
All right.
Yeah.
You're
That's
in there.
awesome,
You
dude.
are in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
The whole barf
I'm in
show
there?
was in
You're-
there.
Yeah, all the legends are in there.
You even
You rat bastard. This is going to be a long fucking night.
We have Jason Stallworth in the house. What's up, Jason?
Another
guys?
legend.
Yep. And Jason, he is working on a project. I don't know if you want to discuss it right now, but it's a sneak peeking out maybe this year.
There will be an absolute sneak peek later this year. Yeah. I can't really talk about it quite yet, but
Okay.
I mean, it's not like top secret or anything, but I still can't talk about it.
Okay.
It's like a turtle head.
Yeah. It's poking out.
It's like when you had to
Poking out.
poop. It's like, it's not quite ready yet.
That's all right.
You know?
I knew it was going to happen.
I know.
I didn't even know.
Waiting for poop.
Hey, you can't talk to Jason without wiener or poop coming
Wiener
out.
and
So-
poop. Those are his two key words.
I can't hold. Wait.
He's
I have
keeping
to have
that.
a beer.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So,
Oh,
Well, since you was in
Hold
there,
on.
grab me one if you
all right,
would.
hang on.
Hey, yeah.
You want to try this one?
Yeah, I'll
We are
try
gonna
it.
go ahead
pass
and
it around.
let's jump to it
All right,
because
here.
Yeah, might as well,
I'm
man.
anyhow.
I'm handing them down.
yeah,
Can we start a drinking game on all the episodes?
This is-
that Jason is on it. Whenever he says poop or wiener, everyone
drink?
takes a drink,
yeah.
That'd be
or
kinda
like
cool.
a shot or something. Everyone will
Christ.
be
We'll be on the
plastered.
floor.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so hold on, Dave. Give us 2 seconds.
Okay.
Show the beer
Thank you.
in the
Okay.
camera right there.
This says only for legends.
This is from your hometown.
Dude, this is cool.
Just the one. Yep. Perfect.
It's Chill Pilsner.
nice. Okay.
Southern born, Southern brewed. What's the brewery?
Straight to L.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that, dude. That's so cool.
Look at their logo. It's bad. I love it.
cool. Pop me up on one. See if you can see it. There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Yeah, that's badass.
Now it's
Are we going to taste
Little-
it?
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna taste it.
so it's located in an old middle school
Okay.
in Huntsville. They transformed it into this whole entertainment complex,
Yep.
and one part is the brewery.
That's cool.
Straight to L, and they have all kinds. I brought other beers that y'all can
Okay.
sample later.
All right.
And other shows, without me
Awesome.
here, because I won't drink those.
I mean, we might drink them tonight. We'll see. All right. So
I don't know if you've seen a couple last episodes. But shit's gone down,
we're gonna
man.
talk about that in a minute, Brad. All right.
Wait,
so
did you ever figure out the sound thing so we can watch you puke and hear you puke?
we're gonna worry. Just go. Dave wants a beer. All right, Dave. Try the beer. He's the first on the list. Let's go. He is going to sample this beer. And now, have you had this before?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's
Well,
the
then,
only
then
reason
you're
I'm
cheating.
drinking
You're
it.
cheating a little bit.
Pretend you
Well-
haven't. Pretend you
Well,
haven't
the
had
thing
it.
is about craft beers or brewery beers, I'm not a fan. And so there's only a couple. When I go in there, I'll be honest with you. I say I want that's closest to a Mick Ultra or a Bud Light.
Sound like you.
That's what I do.
goes,
And if it's dark and heavy, that's not for me. And
So the craft brewery guy with the weird mustache rolls his eyes and he's like, "Oh, fine,
Right.
hey, that's
No,
just
man,
what
that's what
I
they do.
am.
That's
No,
what
he
they do.
twirls his mustache.
Yeah, he twirls his mustache. All right. Well, give it a shot. Let's
And-
try it.
And so this is the closest they had to that, but it still has that brewery you know what I mean? I can't explain it.
I'm gonna
and then the
taste it.
aftertaste and all
Craft.
that.
This is craft.
Now,
Refreshing.
1 out of 10. What are you rating?
Ugh. On the brewery beers?
On your scale, just your scale, period. What are you rating?
7.
Okay. All right. Josh, give it a whirl.
Are you allowed to drink this in Alabama on a Sunday?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Because I know they have weird, fucked up times
Yes,
where
you
you
can.
cannot. Okay.
You have to drink it in an establishment.
Okay, I know they have really weird rules there. All right, here we
They
go.
don't sell liquor on Sunday.
Chugging.
Damn, he downed it.
Yeah.
That's a Pajama Joe.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, the good 7.
Like a Miller. No, it's like a 3. But
Oh, really?
Well,
it's a 5. I'll give it a 5.
but
Yeah.
he'll drink other beers though.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. He'll
Well,
do
he's
the
drinking.
heavier
He was
ones.
drinking a Scott Burns sour beer from November, like
there-
before the
there you
show
go.
started. Now Joe's drinking it.
Then
so-
add to Reese's.
And that thing will
Yeah.
probably make you sick
I only took it for
because
the
it's so
backwash.
old.
Hey, don't drink the bottom of that, Joe.
You won't.
I got it for the backwash.
Yeah,
You won't need the sound effect for
Right.
the puking. They're gonna
Right.
actually
It's gonna
do
be a
it.
fresh one.
It's a 5. It's a very smooth, light beer that's easy to go down and
Okay.
Great for beginners.
Not as smooth as the Tampa Bay Museum of Metal.
no. All right,
Let's see if
Jason
Jason's got-
Stallworth.
Let's see if he's got allergies
We
today.
try, these damn Florida allergies.
I don't know why you do that. It's not even funny.
Come on, man. It's funny.
Never gets old.
But you see, the thing is, we laugh at you, not with you here.
Hey,
Yeah,
now,
there you go.
this is a safe space.
Remember, Brad, I'm sharing your mic. Yeah. All right, Brad. Oh.
Look at that
Oh
face.
no.
I feel a one.
I mean, it's not bad.
I feel a 1 coming on.
But no, like, Josh, you nailed it. It's a beginner's
He
beer.
loves number 2.
It's like learning just how to palm mute, and then that's as far as you go.
I would hardly call myself a beginner though.
That's true.
So, I mean,
I didn't
we're-
get this beautiful figure.
You've done a full
For being
circle.
a beginner.
You've done the full circle. That's the
Yeah,
thing, and
exactly.
you've just come
Yeah.
back to this. Yes.
are we rating the beer? Like,
Yeah, go ahead and
like
rate it.
Go ahead.
1
We're
to
gonna
10?
yeah.
I mean, I'll give it a 4.2.
Okay.
Point Q.
I never been afraid of Jason until that moment.
He had a bad look on his face, right?
He was about to Hulk out of that shirt.
All right, Brad, give it a whirl.
Should I do this?
That's right. We did it while you were in Thailand for you. So.
I don't even freaking taste it.
It's just water, Brad.
Yeah, I agree with these guys. It's like a
What's the APV on it?
4.5.
4.5. Okay.
Ish.
it's very light.
Okay. I mean, we could drink these all show, and you can still drive home.
I don't know about that.
It's not bad. I mean, I don't dislike it. But yeah, it's like a hangout by the pool
Yeah.
kind of barbecue beer.
Mowing your lawn beer. All right,
Yeah.
Joe. that
But
means
this won't get bad if it got warm, I don't think.
Okay.
Every
Oh,
beer
okay.
is bad when it gets warm.
All right. Give it a shot. Why is it?
Yeah, not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
I like his opinion.
Yeah.
No, I saw other
Other
opinions,
Pajama Joe opinions. Yeah.
and I like his opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I'm not saying I just.
it's a little more flavorful than I expected based on their response. Based on their response, I expected it to be a little more flatty, like just kind of like mellow flavor. But it's got a little ale, flavor pilsner to it. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
It's not as robust as some of the other types of beers, and it's not even like as robust as like a Budweiser, but it is kind of mellow like a Miller or a Mick Ultra or something like that, but not flat.
That's why I like
Yeah.
your descriptions. He goes into detail.
Oh, you-
I think it's better than a Mick Ultra or any of that shit.
I will say that.
it is.
Natty Ice.
It is
Yeah, any of that.
because it's not
Nice house.
flat,
Or you
It's
giving
better
me
than that
love
cow
because I'm
beer.
getting no love for my beer.
Real quick, just to let everyone know in the comments, Lisa is watching from the subway on her way home. We have Keller in the comments, and we have Conjuring from the Hellfire Club coming in from
hell yeah.
Ireland.
Yeah.
Ireland.
Ireland. Oh,
That's
green.
Adrian.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Very cool.
nice.
Drink up.
Adrian the
Hello.
Irishman.
we do it for the crack.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to give it a shot. Brad, mute. All right.
Do
Here we
they
go.
actually say crack? I think it's crack.
Crack. That's like we're having a good time. We do it for fun. They say crack.
I could drink these all day, only because it's a very drinkable beer. Yeah, this is not something like
absolutely.
it's something you could have a
It's not heavy.
have
I
a
don't hate
meal
it,
with
yeah.
and just hang out and drink it without it. I don't know.
Without cringing.
Yeah, I mean it's a good beer. I like it a lot.
Could you
This
drink this
could
for
have
8
been-
hours?
I like it.
Could you drink this in the pool for 8 hours without having to pee?
He would just pee in your pool.
Yeah, with that, yeah.
Cannot
Only if it was
confirm.
hot.
Yeah, it could
Outside.
be. Yeah, I mean, but
This would have been all day at the bar fest.
Yeah,
Oh, I gotta
honestly.
try it now.
Seriously.
Yeah, when you get there at the first band, yeah.
Yep.
Like,
He loves it.
All right,
And they're beginners.
I'll bring down 100 cases the next
there you
time.
go.
Yeah, there you go.
They actually used to have this at the Brass Mug,
Oh wow.
straight to L Beers. And I don't know what happened with that, but I think the licensing down here or something, the distributor.
All right, Laura, give it a shot.
Cab.
Eastbound down. We're loaded up in trucking.
Okay, I always smell it first. Sorry. For me saying it's a good beer, that says a lot.
Yep.
I don't
Yeah.
understand.
She's like maybe 3
I
beers
never
since we
liked
started
beers,
the show.
ever. This is I could do this. This is like a drinkable beer to me.
Okay, we'll give
It's a
it
good
back.
one.
You're breaking her down, man. She's
Wait,
actually
no.
liking beer.
Does she want one?
No, I don't need a full beer, but I'm just
You
saying,
can
like,
sip that because I have that
Yeah.
one. So whatever you want.
I'll finish this one off.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah,
I could,
know
I,
'em.
Yeah,
I could
she's never
definitely
said
drink
that
that.
The
before.
hell's
never
happening to
drink
this
it.
show?
I
She never said
know.
that.
Yeah, something's wrong.
So this
Health
isn't
froze over.
this isn't a seasonal beer. It's a beer that they sell year round permanently. This is like
Yeah, it's
in the hopper.
year-round beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the beers we
That's
drink,
good.
the craft beers, it's like seasonal in and out. If you don't grab it when it's there, you gotta either wait until next year or wait until they decide to make it again. So
Yeah, it was like that Halloween thing. That I
yeah,
liked.
yeah.
I was trying to find it. I could never find it. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what the hell the name
Pretzel
of that thing
beer is like that. The Duclaws
pretzel
have
beer,
tons
yeah.
of those. The cheap, and anybody that wants one, I have a couple left. The Duclaw chocolate cherry cake beers.
Sounds horrible.
They're so good, so good.
Well, this is tasting a little bit better. I'm starting to get used to it now. I think
I
it's
like
just
it.
an acquired. I don't know. I mean, it's not
Well, you're
like
going-
go-to. It's not.
You're
but-
going from
It's
that
not
thing
an
to
IPA.
this.
Well, yeah, I'm going from a strong German beer to this. So
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's true.
It's like
There's a couple other beers I have here with a Motley Crue theme, and I think
Oh, really?
I think an AC/DC thing. I have to look at them again. I can't remember, but y'all can y'all can have at them. I haven't tried them. I don't think I'll like them. So.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down to try.
Yeah,
but,
that's right.
you know,
From the same brewery.
I'll be a team player.
yeah.
Free
Brad,
beer.
do you want to hear the new outro of the show? Now we're not ending the show. I just want everybody to hear the new outro, and we'll play it. If you want to go to,
Does it skip
camera
Brad
8.
solo?
I think this is the part where Brad scripted it.
Hold on, everybody. Oh, here we go.
All right, end the show.
That's it. Say goodbye to everybody.
Everybody. All right, buddy. Does that work? Is that good?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that's
All
perfect.
right, end the show.
That's it. Say goodbye to everybody.
Everybody.
It's so funny.
The funny thing is, that's real. That's not
That's
scripted.
real. That's
You know.
100% like how we ended the show.
I never seen you like that.
Let me turn you back on. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I never saw you like that ever. And I've known you a long
It's
time.
rare. It's
I've only seen
very
it one
rare.
time.
To
man.
the point you
real.
can't even make a fucking sentence, dude. It's just like, I thought you were messing around when he did it. And I'm like, no, he's really gone.
I was watching the last 10 minutes of that show.
This was the cookies and cream night.
Joe's
You're
really
right.
fucking egging me on so bad. We're drinking more.
It was,
right.
yeah.
They got bad.
Right.
We're
No,
gonna
it-
hang out.
It got bad quick.
And I'm like, all right. And we're just drinking
I
this
can
whiskey,
drink.
man.
Well, the good
We
thing
got
is,
bad.
I kept trying because you guys wanted to continue the show, and I'm like, I'm tired. Like, I want to go to bed. I have to work in the morning, and so I kept trying to get Joe or Brad to take over the cameras, and they're like, no. I go, well, good luck, because now I give up. And where I'm sitting is exactly where he leaned over and threw up all over the floor.
You
So
pooped in my
it-
lap,
I
man.
don't know if it's throw up, but I had I had some spittle.
It was
And then
not
in some
spittle.
countries, we've been legally married.
Yeah, it was good time.
That was hilarious.
We walk around the table backwards.
So yeah, we usually don't get that bad, but that was a special night. That fucking whiskey, man.
That old Smoky has been hitting us for like 4 weeks in a row.
If anybody
Yeah.
wants a shot, we do have the root beer open and available for anybody
Root
that
beer
wants.
is
And I think the
Delicious.
salted caramel is still open, right?
That's some tasty
And,
stuff.
and
man.
mango habanero.
No, good luck.
It goes down easy.
That's what she said.
That too.
So, Dave, you're originally born and raised in the same town as where this beer was made. Is that correct? Or
I was an Army brat.
oh, you're all over the place.
Born in Wiesbaden, Germany.
Okay.
My mother was from Huntsville. Eventually ended up back there as a young child.
Okay.
And went to high school and middle school and all that there. So, and that's where I got into metal. And we had the big concerts there, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. But friends influenced me into all this stuff in the early '80s, and then I started going to concerts, and I was hooked. And like I said, it was the bigger shows that would go to the arena there in Huntsville.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm probably going to go up there. Cannibal Corpse is not. Speaking of Cannibal Corpse, they're not playing here on this next tour with Municipal Waste, so they are playing in Huntsville not at the arena, but it's a side, kind of like a House of Blues type venue, and I might go up there for that, just because it's in my hometown.
Yeah,
I did it for Obituary. I want to do it for Cannibal.
Okay.
And Municipal friends of mine. So
Cool. So,
but yeah, and then
you came to Tampa when?
Skeletal Earth, this band was up there, and that's who I was like hanging out with in high school, and they eventually became Skeletal Earth. Other bands before that, and my family had moved here, mother, grandmother, and all that. So I was up there, had a girlfriend, lived with her. Things didn't work out, and I was like, Mama. I think it was more, I want to go to Florida. It had nothing to do with metal or anything, but when I was moving, my buddy says, you got to come to my house if you're moving to Florida. And I'm like, okay. He says, man, there's this band called Massacre, Death, Executioner, Amon. And he named all the bands, Ravage, and it's where, and I'm like, okay, who are those? Well, it's where the band that you like, Nasty Savage, is from, and the band Sabotage is from that you like. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'm interested. And he was like, back then, you did tape trading and you pen pals and stuff like that. You'd get them out of the back of magazines to write bands, and stuff, to get demos and tape trading. It was a big thing. And he somehow met Terry through that, Terry Butler. And he said, you got to meet Terry Butler. And I said, okay. And ironically,
how old are you at this point?
I was 19.
Okay.
And I moved down here, and I was loyal. Oh, by the way, that guy that was telling me, he was the singer of Skeletal Earth who would eventually record at Morse Sound. And anyways, so when I came down here, I went to the record stores and all that stuff because I was into collecting records, and I saw this thing that Death was playing, and it was at the Sunset Club. So I went to the Sunset Club, and there's a guy standing there with a Death shirt, and I walked up and I said, is there any of you guys from Death? I'm from Death. I'm Terry. I was like, oh shit. Cool. Okay, I got to talk to you. Travis. Oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Friends ever since. So
nice.
And so, yeah, he had invited me to the Death practices in Altamont Springs, which was really cool. And I got along with Chuck and his family and Billy Andrews and Rick Ross and Chuck. And they took me. Do you remember,
not to interrupt, do you remember when Billy lived, I think, in Valrico or Brandon?
Yeah, I don't remember where he lived.
My brother found, I think we were at Thoroughbred Music, and there was an ad up that said, Tom, a drum set for sale, $500. And my brother grabbed it and called the number, and it was Billy's drum set. And we went out to his house and bought it for $500.
Wow.
And I fucking have no idea where it ended up. Like, my brother never really took
that could
drumming
be something for
crazy
the museum.
serious. I know, man. And
even if it's just borrowed.
I know. I have no idea what he did with it, and he's passed away. But, I mean, I think he obviously sold it to somebody. But, I mean, yeah, he grew up playing that set, to practice on and stuff. But it was a black fucking nice drum set, man. And that was like probably in 1987. Probably used it on a fucking album or something. Who knows?
I'll try to do a quick version. So hanging out here in Florida, I did all that. Saw Executioner, saw all the bands. And it was great. Got demos, lost half of them. But then I lived in Lakeland. And I would jam music, and I'd read all the albums, lyrics, and all the shit in there, all the thanks lists. And if they thanked the band, I'd go buy that band. If I liked the band on an album. That's just what I did.
Yeah.
And I read all the magazines, Metal Maniacs and all that shit. And so I back then I knew way more than I think I know now about today's music. And because I was really into reading all about it,
Right.
And that's what we had. It was physical shit.
You're like Joe is to wood.
It wasn't. It wasn't a computer. It was physical shit, And
I miss those days, man.
I do too, man.
Yeah.
I miss writing the letters. I met Invocator doing that, Broken Hope, writing letters, and other bands. But so, anyways, there's this place that you gathered all the teenagers, and I jammed Slayer or whatever, Metallica, and then I started getting into some Death, so I played Death. At first, I didn't like Death, believe it or not. In Alabama, I just was like, whoa, what the hell is this? Blew my mind, but eventually it came to me, especially once I met Terry, and I saw it live, and I saw the little Sunset Club, and the closed atmosphere of that show was just badass. A pit and this little thing, and you're getting even more scrunched, I was a little skinny kid then. Hard to imagine, but yes, I was. And so, and they're crowd surfing and they're just touching the ceiling, crowd surfing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was great. It was amazing. It was fun. And so anyways, I knew a lot about music, and there was a guy that had a TV show on V32 back then. Brad, you might remember that.
Yep, I remember.
You remember that? And then
You had the V loop.
they eventually became more 32.
Yeah.
Which is what they are now. And they played videos all day, every day.
Was that here in Florida?
It
Or?
was
Yeah.
in Tampa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was in New York.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. And it's still there. It's on Hillsboro, right near the casino. But so this guy had a TV show, and he's like a prep. He buttoned down, and everybody would go, that guy has a TV show. And I'd be like, he's a prep. I'm a metalhead. Right. That's just how it was back then. You didn't want to talk to those guys. That's just how it was. And so continuing on, everybody would come up, hey, what about Metallica this, and what about Slayer this, or what about Dio, or what about Maiden, and the guy, I guess, must have heard something, and he walks over one day and he goes, hey man, this is at the lake, the party place, and he goes, hey man, you should come on my show. And I was like, sure. And I just went on his show, and I started being on his show every Friday.
Oh, nice.
And I go in there wearing a metal shirt and ripped jeans, and my hair was only about down to here then.
I probably had you on my VHS because we used to record that show on 32.
I lost all mine. I was on every Friday, and I lost all mine. That's how I met John Oliva, Death Angel, Slayer early. They never remembered me. But Overkill, I became friends with Bobby Blitz way back then. And to this day, whenever we see each other, it's like, hey man, what's going, it's
Right.
And I met a lot of people like that, and it was such a fun time. If you ever saw anything about the rock and roll life, we lived it as teenagers.
Yeah.
I mean, we drank underage, got in all the clubs. They loved, they just invited us in. I had a blast, man. I lived the life. It was great for a little while. And then when we were going to go, I'd gotten him to play the metal on Fridays, and he played more rock and roll during the week, when I wasn't there. And then I started getting him to do metal interviews instead of rock interviews. And that's where the Death Angel and all this came in. And he was going to interview. I was just a guest host. So, but he was going to interview Slayer, Motorhead, and Overkill. And the day before that show, he goes, hey man, let's go out and party. And
That's because they played a show. They were playing
the show on the Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was at
tour.
that show. That's where I got my fucking I got my knee kicked out on there.
And so
Remember that show?
yeah, at the fairgrounds.
Yep, the fairgrounds for sure.
And it was
yep.
a no club show.
Yep.
So he goes, come on man, let's go out and party like we normally do on a Friday. And I'm go, nah man, I'm saving it for Slayer, man. I want to meet Slayer at Buderbangs.
Yep.
I was excited,
Oh, yeah.
And so I went home and crashed. I get up the next day, and we're supposed to be there at 2, and he never called me by 12, and I'm starting to panic. And so I call the station, and the guy that was our camera guy, he was working. He goes, man, you didn't hear? I'm like, no. Oh, Ryan crashed the car through a fence into a hotel pool. They found him passed out on the side of the pool. He was alive. But I'll never forget the image on the news that I saw later of them zooming down into this pool with the V32 logo on a Chevette. It was a Chevette. And so they said, but you can come and get these tickets anyways, these passes. And I was like, I'll do the interview. Just bring a camera guy. No, you don't understand. The show's over. They're done. They've been looking for an excuse to get rid of it. They wanted to get done.
Man.
It was on from 3 to 6 in the afternoon for the
Yeah.
kids getting out of school.
Yep.
And that's what it was geared for, high school kids.
I'm trying to find
and
a photo of him, man, because he had like a.
Ryan Johnson, and
Yeah.
before that was
His name Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson, and before that was Carl Bueller, and Mike Pacelli had a show. There was a country show. There's a bunch of shows, and so anyways, I went to the show. I had to tell the tour manager the deal because they were all expecting. They were kind of relieved that there was no interview, believe it or not, but that's how bands are. Anyways, but they were like, "Man, that's metal. You want some beer? Here's a trash can full of beer." I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So I just pounded beer all night, hanging out, bullshitting with Slayer, and
Nice.
I was too afraid. I missed the opportunity to talk to Lemmy. I was too afraid to talk to Lemmy because I had heard stories that, it's probably just stories, but I heard that if you said the wrong thing to him, that motherfucker would punch you out.
I got to hang out with Lemmy a couple times, and he was probably the nicest guy I've ever met in my
I was
life.
like 19 or 20, so I was nerve wracked, and so I met Bobby, and it was cool, and then that failed, so then I just kind of joined a couple bands after that, and sang in a funk alternative band, and then a death metal band, and at the same time I was going to the studio to Morrisound to see Death in the studio, Obituary, and all different bands. Well, Scott Burns had gotten to see me and meet me and whatever, and I'd pop up, and I guess, I don't know what it was, he just must have saw I was mellow, and I didn't treat anybody any different. I think that's what it was. I didn't fanboy out.
Right.
In my head I am, but when I'm talking or hanging out, I wasn't, and he eventually started calling me. There was a few people that he had that he'd have come to the studio and take bands out on the town to give him a break. You know what I mean? People that he felt he trusted with his bands is what he would call them. And the first call I think was Sepultura with me, and I think it was Sepultura. He'd go, "Hey, Dave, you want to come down to the studio and hear this new Sepultura?" And I'm like, yes, going crazy inside my head. And then, but I'm going, yeah, sure, man. I'll come. So I go down there, and I'll never forget, if you ever were in Morrisound and in the control rooms, there was couches, and guitarists would normally do their solos sitting on the couches and finishing up the recording and stuff and touching it up or whatever, rhythm parts or bass parts or whatever. And I remember going in there, he introduced me to Sepultura, and Andreas was on the couch doing his solos, and then they were finishing up something. It wasn't the end of recording, it was just that they were finishing up something. And when he nailed it or whatever, he says, "Okay, I think we're done, Scott Burns. What do you think?" "Okay." And he played it back, And he had a chair, and he spun around. He goes, "So Dave, how would you like to take these guys to their hotel and make sure they get to Guavaween?" Was happening that night. "Get to Guavaween, all right. I want to go home, see my family, shower, and chill for a minute, and then I'll meet y'all there." And that was my first experience. And then
You said, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna take him to Mons Venus."
so, well, I got him to Guavaween like you wanted to back then. Did you ever go to
Oh,
Guavaween?
fuck yeah.
So this particular night, it was crazy because part of Obituary showed up, part of Morbid Angel showed up, and just all these parts of bands showed up Deicide, and nobody knew who the fuck they were. I guess they just thought it was Halloween, and we're all dressed as Halloween, and we're walking down through Ybor with all these fucking legends. Now, those are legends.
That's cool.
And he invited me to do that with more bands. Master, Cancer, Napalm Death I became really super close with. And, oh man, more Creator and Cannibal, they came to my house in Lakeland. And
Now, what's the story where somebody told you had to put a shirt on and shoes or something?
Oh, so when I first moved here from Alabama, I was thinking, Florida, yeah. Okay, I was in shape. I was little muscular kid, you know. But when I moved to Florida, I thought, yeah, beaches, sun. I always walked around without shoes and a shirt. That's just how it was. And I was a redneck from Alabama. I don't know what they'll say. I was just a metalhead, you know. And so I'd go to Chuck's house to the death practices. And I guess after the first or second, I think it was after the first time, Chuck had told Terry, you know, well, you know, he's cool and all, but my parents are kind of tripping out because he's not wearing shoes and a shirt. So I had to wear shoes and shirt after that going there, which I kind of.
And ever since then, 7-Eleven, they made you put a shirt and shoes on.
Right.
And then
No shirt, no shoes, no dies.
So
No
he's,
death.
he's the reason why they have that sign.
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
And then later on after that, I freaking just got the bug of wanting to help bands and promote. And, you know, I kind of helped Ben Meyer a long time ago. Remember the Low Life Fest, anybody?
Yeah.
And I helped him with that. And then he would have me, I started doing one in Lakeland too. And that was a little bit later on. But I also did, remember the pirate radio station?
Yeah, Doug.
I did a metal show on there. I helped a guy that did a metal show on there get guests. I brought in Steve from DSI, John Tard, and just a bunch of other people to help him out. And I recently just reunited with him. He lives in California, and he
Craven Moorhead. That was his name.
no, not
that was
this
the
guy.
owner, though. That was the owner
Yeah.
of the station.
And then
That was his name, Craven.
and but yeah, and then I don't know. I was just booking shows, doing these benefits. I worked for Obituary, doing their social media, doing their fan emails, and after a while, they took that over. It took forever to talk them into doing the social media. And once they got with Relapse explained to them how much it meant for them to do it,
Right.
to be a part of it, to contribute more. Because they would go on the road and they'd send me a photo. I'd tell them to send me a photo. Dude, send me a fucking photo, man. I got to put this on here. And then after a while, I was like, dude, they know it's not you. You've got to do it. But Donald Tardy has done so well. Now, if you've ever seen it, he went from nothing to doing so great on there, man. Promoting Obituary, keeping that train rolling. Him and his brother and John. And
Saw
Then-
an interview with that guy recently.
Yeah.
which one?
Behind the
I don't know, it was a
scenes.
good interview
Nasty
I saw
Savage
online.
behind the scenes.
What was the channel's name? Drinking with
Drinking with Drew or something?
something like that. Yeah. Drew. That was a good interview, though. It was a great interview.
Yeah. Worked out well.
And other than that, I did. Rick Ross one time wanted me to host a show out in Orlando, so I did it. You know, because I'd get up and be EMC, and he did a radio show called The Old School on Metal Messiah Radio, and then he says, "Hey, there's this DJ that could use some help," and so I started helping her get interviews, and then all my friends, when I'd call them and say, "Hey, you want to do an interview?" They'd be like, "Why don't you just do it?"
Right.
And so Rick kept saying, "You should do your own show," and other people did. So I finally did it, and I had fun doing it, you know. And then Joe Tolley, my buddy, he approached me and said, "Hey, you're booking shows, you're doing this radio show. Why don't we do a video interview show?" And we called it Brutal Broadcast, and that was pretty fun. But it all became overwhelming, you know. It was a lot to do.
Tell me about it.
To work full time.
That's crazy.
And do
That's crazy.
3 shows, you know. And
Now
book
you're
shows.
you're doing Metal Messiah Radio on Wednesday nights.
Yes.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
And
7 to 9, maybe sometimes 10.
are you on, like, how do they do it there? Is it like my show, as long as it lasts, is as long as it lasts?
There's no DJ on after me. I could go all night
Okay.
if I wanted to.
Okay.
But
You have a
I
schedule.
work.
Right, yeah. That's why you're leaving us early tonight.
Oh, man. I get up early, and I'm dedicated to my job, and that's
I get
why
it.
I'm able to travel and have what I have.
Yeah,
So-
for sure.
and be able to do this, support this Tampa Bay Museum of Metal
Yeah,
thing.
and I want to talk to you about that. So we had the Tampa Bay Museum of Metal February?
January.
Okay. What are the plans for next year? What are we doing there?
February at Magnanimous Brewery again. Still going to
Okay.
have the beer. They're basically going to keep the beer. And we actually, man, I'll go ahead and mention it. We might have the beer at the Decibel Beer and Metal Fest in December in Denver.
Nice.
And if so, then me and Tim will travel out there, and we'll probably Not 100%. Got to work out the details, but we'll probably have a small exhibit. We'll ship some stuff out there and have a small exhibit and set up something to promote the beer and the museum at the same time. And then the plan is this year or next year, February, is to have 90% of it different. I don't know if I'll get that much different, but I hope so.
Yeah.
I want to make it different. We're hopefully going to have a little magazine that reflects back on this past year's and for sale. And we're opening a store on the website soon, I hope. I'm doing all this website shit, so it's a lot to keep up with. I'm trying to get better. Trying to get better at social media with advice from like Drew and Jason and other people. And it's a tough thing to get.
It is.
And to also, once again, work full-time job.
Yep.
And try to get ready for this and be more professional about it. We also got an offer to do something in Miami before the 70,000 tons. It hasn't come actually across the table yet, but hopefully soon. And we'll know more if we get to do that in January in Miami.
Okay.
And
That'll
watching
be
the
smaller.
Drinking with Drew show every Tuesday.
Yes. That
I've put the word out to some people. Trey, if you're listening, give Dave some material for the next show.
Yeah, I can just borrow it. And I
it
had
back
over
to-
30 bands loan me shit.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Yep. I
Yeah.
put the word out, so we'll see what happens. And yeah.
Well, we also shooting for 2027 Tampa Museum of Art. We've been talking to them for years. But the guy that's the curator, Bronco, cool dude, metalhead from the Netherlands.
Okay.
He's an Egyptian artifact specialist, curator, and he got the job and he was like, "Oh, Tampa, death metal capital." Yes. And he came here and he talked to us immediately. And he said, "I have to bide my time." In other words, he had to prove himself.
Yeah.
And before he could actually, so he's submitted a proposal. We hope they approve it. He once we did this exhibit in January, it kicked him in the ass, I think.
Right.
And it said, "Wow, this is great."
Now, did he
and
go
there was
to it? Did he
Oh
check
yeah,
it?
he
He
was
did?
there. He was there both
Cool.
days, all day.
Oh,
both
nice.
days. And we love him to death. He's an awesome dude. So he finally submitted the proposal, which we understand why. And they care about Egyptian art, Americana, African, European, whatever art. They don't care about metal. He does.
Right.
And he's going to convince them. And then with our help, we'll help him curate it and gather the stuff.
Okay.
2027. And it hopefully will be like a 3-month exhibit there. At
Oh,
least,
that'd be cool.
At
Awesome.
least.
Because Tim Hubbard just did an exhibit down in Ybor. He did a photo exhibit down there.
No.
No?
No.
I thought it went
we
through.
went to one.
I thought he had his own down there.
No, we went to an exhibit.
I could have sworn he had an exhibit down there.
We were going to do one in Inglewood,
Okay.
and it fell through because the Ringling the Ringling School of Art owned the museum, and they stopped the funding and shut down the building. So they canceled our event that we were going to have in July. We did go to a photography exhibit me and Tim did in Ybor that was
Okay.
called Fandom.
Maybe
That's what you're thinking.
Probably, because I saw something
'Cause
on
there's
Facebook.
there's a
I was
pop-
kicking myself in the ass because I was like, I saw it last minute and I couldn't get to it. And I'm like, I thought it was his specific exhibit that he put together.
There's a famous photographer that lives here in Tampa. There's a couple of them that he knows,
Okay.
and that they had an exhibit.
Okay.
But we went in there and we're like, yes, man, we could fill this way more stuff. But they're
Right.
booked for 2 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do long exhibits. That's my life story. See y'all later.
Who needs a beer? We got Reese's cups over there too. If anybody wants a Reese cup.
Those are cool stories, though, dude. Like you were.
I have so many stories, but dude, we don't have enough time for that shit.
That's why you got to come on more often.
What's this ACDC one you got? I'll try it.
I don't care. Whatever. If you got a glory, how many of these do you have? Yeah, you
what
should have
we
about a
got
6-pack.
Yeah, Josh wants another Pilsner.
It's like a mystery cooler. He's just gonna pull one out and you get what you get.
Oh, Simon's here in the ice. He's gonna want.
Oh,
ice.
yeah, he's here in the ice.
Yeah, perfect.
Is that the same scene?
Yep. Simon's just gonna eat out of your cooler.
Okay.
But I'm nursing this German beer.
You want to pull these out? Yeah, pull them. These are y'all's too. I'm leaving these here too.
Pull it out, Joe.
Cool.
Tampa Bay Museum of
Yeah,
Metal.
I'll do one of those too. Sure.
Awesome.
Wow.
I got like 5 beers.
Those are good
I
beers.
thought that was the dog for a second going. "Burp."
It could be.
So there's the chill pill.
Who wants another
Well, here's
I'll do it.
2 other kinds they might be interested in.
Oh, what do you got?
There's hey, it's potluck.
Do you want to have? Can talk about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll drink.
All right, so let's.
Here, you can throw these in there if you want.
If they'll fit,
I'll make space.
Watch that, it's paper. Paper instead of plastic.
Simon's just loving it over there,
Yeah.
chonking away. I can hear him.
So, Josh, real quick,
Have all you want.
right of your times. What's the plan for the next release, and like what does Skylar plan on doing with that?
The ACDC one, bro. When you get a chance. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, quarterly.
No, ACDC.
ACDC.
Quarterly, okay.
Yeah. She's working on the next one right now.
There, I think-
Yeah,
Okay.
Midnight Vice. I think is going to be in there. She did
it?
an interview with
I can
Void. She
hardly
did an interview with Rob from Anvil and a couple other guys, and she's accumulating.
Is it going to be like devoted to music, or what?
Yeah,
what's
she
the plan? Is that-
she's thinking about doing like a little horror movie section, maybe in the back, just because it goes hand in hand with that. Mm-hmm. And
Joe, can you grab
That's
that
a shot at
magazine
the
up there and give
I'll try
it?
it.
Give it.
Shout at the devil.
Give it to
Thanks,
Josh
man.
real quick so we can show it. The Ride of Your Times right there, that magazine up there. And just give it to Josh so we
Never
can put
had
it up
this.
and.
Make sure you hand it to them all wet.
Right.
Yep.
yeah.
Thankfully, it's a really good quality magazine.
Yeah. There you go. Very cool.
We got it signed and everything.
Yep.
And the other one
That's
is
awesome.
Yeah, the next one she's going to be
sorry.
doing. If you didn't get to check that
check
out.
it out.
Monkey Knot.
Oh, monkey.
But anybody want to try that one?
That's a
is
Jason
it?
beer.
Monkey
Monkey
nut?
nut.
You want to try that one next?
All right, crack this.
Are we sharing that, or are we just gonna? Is there?
I have 6
India
packs
Pale.
of
It
each
looks
of those,
cool
and
as
I'm not
shit.
drinking
I
either.
love the art on it.
Yeah, the art's cool. What are you gonna drink, John?
I got this. What was it? Highway
Man,
to
I
Hell
bought
or
enough
whatever it
beer
was?
forever.
Oh, you're gonna finish that. Okay.
I got it. I haven't even opened this one yet. Yeah. But yeah, so the next one's gonna be like 20
Brought a
pages.
case and a half.
Okay.
So it's gonna have more content, and she's gonna do some like reviews from newer bands, newer records that have coming out. A lot of the stuff that I'm getting in the store that we're getting from all over the world. That is really the only way to get it as far as hard copy goes. I don't know what that was.
There's this chill drool from the ice.
Now, Josh, will she do like a YouTube channel to match, like kind of like something like that, or?
I told her to maybe do TikTok or something like that,
Okay.
at least to keep something going, so there's not like this big long lull
Yeah.
of
Right.
nothing for 3
Yeah,
or
you
4
gotta
months.
keep something going, yeah.
But she's really underground about it. Like she didn't even want to print any more copies because people are asking. We didn't get one. I didn't get one. She could
Right.
probably sell another 50.
Right.
And I'm like, you need to do that
Do that,
because
yeah,
you need
for
more
sure.
funds
Yep.
because it's not cheap to make those.
Right.
I
Right.
imagine not.
So, but yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm talking to you guys.
It's all right.
This fucking guy. Good job. So yeah, but I thought she did a killer job. I didn't fucking really do anything. Melissa helped her, a little bit here and there, and
That's cool.
but what's great is there's just in Florida, let alone Florida, but Tampa as well, and this whole area. There's just so many bands and so much music
There's a
to
lot
cover
to it,
Yeah.
that it's really endless.
Yep.
And we really get looked over a lot of times from other parts of the world because it's a fucking huge community here.
Yeah.
I mean, if we, like I say all the time, if we put everybody together to do shit, we could probably have one of the biggest fucking fests in the world, even bigger than Vakken, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, we just have so many bands here. And, you go to you hear the stories all the time. People go over to, different parts of the world and they're like, yeah, we're from Tampa. They're like, holy shit.
Right.
You're like, you're from Tampa? Here you're like, yeah, all these bands, you live in where all these bands came out of, and people don't even know.
Right.
Like I think I've seen Cannibal Corpse at Hot Topic or something like that. But it's like, no, this is a big fucking scene here, man.
Right.
It's crazy. So, but yeah, it's one of those things where a lot of other things that I like, she's kind of like rebellious in, like, oh, Dad likes it, I don't like it. But with metal, for whatever reason, she fucking loves it. She loves going to the shows. She likes the people, the camaraderie about it. It's just a fun time. So
Yeah.
that's what got her into it. She goes, well, there's not really anybody doing a magazine anymore around here because I think the last one was Rivet Rag. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
right.
probably.
Jack from Rivet Rag, and I
Yeah.
like that. I got every one of those. It was a great
Oh, I
magazine.
have a bunch
Jack-
of those.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have tons of them.
Yep.
But yeah,
cool.
Jack was awesome. But yeah, I thought she did a fucking hell of a job, especially for the short time that she had and everything. So.
I still talk to him on social
Oh
media.
yeah. Every once in a while, he's a hermit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's a great guy.
Really
Speaking
cool
of
house,
hermits,
too.
we need to bring up our sponsor real quick, inlawwetrust.com.
There you go.
inlawwetrust.com. And
Who's on that cam?
Josh.
right now, no, actually, Dave, Death Metal
Dave's
Dave
on
is
that
on the
one?
inlawwetrust.com
Oh.
camera.
There you go.
So-
Don't break the law, bitches.
No, he is a divorce attorney. So if you are
Don't get married.
thinking about getting a divorce, and I don't think Dave is in that market, but if he were, he would be contacting Johnny D. Girolamo, inlawwetrust.com. Give John a call. He'll give you 10 minutes of his time to talk about your situation. And I promise you, he's a bulldog attorney, very aggressive. I am not married because I know if somebody hired John against me, I'd cry. So there we go. inlawwetrust.com. Give Johnny D a call.
If you
All
got
right.
the D,
You already,
Oh, yeah.
I want to say something about Josh. Man, let me tell you something.
Oh.
This dude, him and Melissa have raised that girl killer.
Yeah, for sure.
oh, what
Well,
a
yeah.
yep.
I don't know what I
Yeah,
did wrong with
definitely
my
good
daughter.
I think that's
She
just
got into the hip hop,
the luck thing.
but she's a great.
It's random.
She's turned out great, by the way.
Yeah, my son's like total opposite of me. He just he likes but you know what's cool? He listens to hip hop and all that crap, but he likes the really hardcore. Like he's listening to those bands that are like fusing like really heavy death metal with like rap and all that shit.
They call them Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
I thought that was called new
well,
metal.
I'll tell you. I said, well,
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah,
I said, at least you're in the ballpark, kid.
Yeah.
Now, question for you guys: would you rather them do the hip hop stuff or love country?
Country.
I know it's
Country,
hard.
probably.
Okay.
I'm into country.
They play their instruments,
You're in the
right?
wrong room, Jason.
I think.
No, I would probably rather country because they play instruments.
Okay.
Well, that's not really the reason. I don't think for me.
I can understand
Well,
country.
the stuff Noah listened to, they're actually with bands. you know?
Okay.
So they're, I don't know. He was showing me some real underground shit.
Has he ever been to a show and around other people
Oh, yeah.
that are
Yeah, no, he's been to my shows.
He needs
and
a
all
better
that stuff.
influence.
with friends
doesn't he?
though, with other people his age?
No, he's been with me.
So that's the problem.
He hangs out with
I'm only
50-year-olds.
telling you right now because with Skylar, what happened was when she saw
That's the
other people
truth,
her
yeah.
age that was into it, and then now she has a friend that's her age, it's not mom and dad anymore. That opened up the door for that.
Right.
That's
Well,
what happened.
I understand. His roommate like came with him, and now he's like he'll listen to metal, and I think that drags him out to more
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, I
there's-
know
there's
exactly
still
what you're
hope.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly.
There's still hope. Too, yeah.
Well,
Somebody
he's exactly
breaking
like
in.
me, though. It's like if I think something's cool, he's like, "Oh, I hated that."
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, right,
it's
right.
just that total rebellion.
Natural
thing.
rebellion. And metal's a rebellious genre
It
anyway,
is.
so
Yeah,
it's
it-
just that natural rebellion in kids, man.
But I have to say, back in the 1900s and 80s,
1800s.
The night that hurts so bad when I hear kids say that.
I confess, NWA, Ice-T, Easy motherfucking E,
Yeah.
and so on.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
because it was
they
hard and heavy,
collaborated
I
with a lot.
guess.
They collaborated with a lot of metal bands.
I was way
you
before
know.
that, though.
Right, but I mean, but they had that
I think
open mind
I think
to
it
do
was
it.
a rebellion thing too, maybe.
Yeah.
For me.
I mean,
Hey, New York, you got little beasties, man.
dude, I grew up in
And
the
of course
I grew up in the skating rink, so I transitioned from the skating rink music of like, you know, Egyptian lover, Egyptian lover, Egypt, you know, into Metallica. Actually, I think I started off.
Like pop music, pop
it was
music.
Motley Crue. Oh yeah, I was a big '80s fan, bro, from the get go, way
Yeah.
back, 82, 83, 84, yeah. But then it was the Motley Crue, and then the Poison, Iron Maiden, Slayer, DSI. You know, I went to that transition and just yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, it was a natural rebellion, though. And music does that. Like you think about the grunge and Seattle sound.
Well,
that was a rebellion against musicians that could play guitar, right?
But that's what I'm saying. As a musician playing
That was
guitar,
low strike.
no, but
there.
listen, what I'm saying is, as a musician playing guitar, I would see people in like a country band or a rock and roll band. Like
Yeah.
I love the old school Motley Crue, but I'm looking at McMars playing, you know, live wire. I'm like, oh, he's playing two chords.
Country chords.
You know, Poison's playing. Then I saw fucking DSI. They're like, and then I'm like, what are they doing? And it pushed me to learn guitar like at a much like forbidden fucking learning, you know, forbidden fucking intricate rhythm.
You turned me on to
which
those guys,
You're
John.
just like, oh my God, that's not even a lead. That they're doing that
He
as
just
a
said
rhythm.
you turned them on.
I was gonna say we can cut that
So,
down by
anyhow,
really quick. Circling back to like the younger generation going to these shows. In the comments, Johnny Zoltar. Who knows Johnny Zoltar?
Zoltar's a cool name, though.
He said this past weekend.
Johan? I know. Johan.
Johan? Is it Johan? It says
It's Johan.
it's very Johnny in the comments.
It is Johnny.
Sorry for the Americanized version of your
No.
name.
He does that.
Okay. But he says this past weekend you would not believe the number of young people that came out to the Putrid Pile show. So the younger crowd is keeping it going.
that's
It
good.
depends on who's.
That's good.
It depends on who's promoting it and how they promote it.
Yeah.
I used to have my shows used to do very well, but you gotta hit the streets, put the flyers out, social media, all of it. You know what I mean? And Josh knows that too. And that's what he did. And you have to do the work. You can't just put an event up and expect everybody
people to show up.
If you book them, they will come.
There is a massive movement right now in teenagers in metal.
Yeah.
It is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Great.
I can see it in the
Awesome.
store. They're coming in. These kids are 15 buying Destruction, Slayer, and they're looking for you got any of this? Like they're asking for shit that's really obscure.
Right.
So I'm like, wow, okay, cool,
Oh,
man.
there's hope.
But then like when
There's
we
hope.
went and seen Void, there was a ton of fucking kids there. That's all I was seeing was fucking
Yeah.
X's. And they're moshing, they're headbanging, they're into it, they're wearing the fucking battle vest. Cool, man.
Yeah.
And I support that.
Yep.
I like those guys, Midnight Vice, man. They're a younger band, and those guys are awesome.
Midnight Vice is awesome. Yeah.
They're great.
And Void is they're one of those bands. If they keep going, they're gonna be fucking huge.
It's funny that you said earlier. You said you saw Poison or whatever, and then other stuff, and it progressed. That's what happened in this area. There was Sabotage,
Right.
then Nasty Savage, and that Nasty Savage was kind of at the same time too. But all the bands saw the aggressive, saw the stage show, and was like wowed. And you'll hear them all say, "I'm talking about Deicide, Obituary, Atheist, all of them." We just took it to another level. We were like, we want to be that, but more.
Right.
And then that's what they did. And that's where it all comes. I think it stems to Nasty Savage, their original extreme metal band of Florida to me.
And you mentioned Sabotage.
Sabotage,
So
because
Lisa-
all these
Lisa
bands
in
go
our
back
comments,
to Sabotage.
Lisa is a guitar tech. Her name is actually on their album credits.
Nice.
She asked if you had seen her name on the album credits.
I'll have to look. What's the last name?
Sharkin.
Okay.
From what record?
Probably all of them. Who knows?
Yeah,
she's
she
a
said-
guitar tech for a lot of famous bands.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
she's done a
Killer.
lot. I don't know if
She's
she
been
wants me to list her.
Blast.
Yeah, she said in the comments, did you see my name on the Sabotage albums? Everything from Mountain King until Chris passed away.
Wow. Sick.
Yeah.
So not
We need
prior,
to talk
not
about
after.
the Tampa
She's
Bay
been-
Museum
she's
of
been around
Metal.
a while.
I need to get some Sabotage. I found, so hopefully this coming year, I have the drum set. That's Dr. Kill drums that I was in the When the Crowds Are All Gone video. But man, what is his name? He was an older dude. He owns Sabotage, an old Sabotage soundboard. So they would take on tour, and so we're gonna have that, I believe.
That's cool.
What is his
Okay.
name?
Not Preston's soundboard that he's keeping in the back of
No.
It's the guy from the bottom
Rome House.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spider
He
webs
was
on
at the
it.
bar.
the Rome house.
Not Preston.
It's got like
No,
5
he
inches
used
of
to live
dust
up
on it.
north. Travis?
Oh, Travis Arnold.
Travis. He has some
Yeah,
old
yeah, yeah.
Sabotage gear. So, but that's a start. I want to get some other stuff. I'm literally thinking about going to North Carolina and visiting Kill Drums at his gun store.
That's what.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well,
I might just have to buy my
Oh.
first gun just because it'd be from
Just to
him.
make it-
okay.
Put that in the museum.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, you're going to hang around long enough to do at least one Buderbang with us.
Okay, I don't know what the hell that is.
All right. Well, you're about to.
You're about to learn.
Oh,
This is like a Reese's peanut butter cup on
oh,
Royce.
Lord.
Really funky, but
Do I need to
It's time
squeeze my
for
bait butt cheeks? What the-
Boot, bang, boot, booter bang, boot,
Who wrote the music
Bang.
for that?
boot, booter bang.
I think it's just stock music, Joe.
I think I'm gonna boot because she's missing teeth.
Why is that?
is Buderbang garbage.
Firm boot.
Are we all, All right. banging?
We're banging the car too.
Jay said bang.
Nope.
Brad and Keller and
Where's
Lisa
Daniel?
said
Daniel.
boot.
She was
Guess I'm
deciding to have
banging
pizza
his
for
beard.
breakfast.
Here we go, because I'm the one that's going to bang on that one.
There's
All
Daniel.
right. So, Josh is familiar with Buderbang. He loves banging.
Yeah.
All right. So, Dave, this is where we're going to provide you with a very short story. Okay. And just based on the story alone, you're going to decide if this is a lady that you would boot out of bed or bang. You're not going to. You're not dating
Sounds
her.
incriminating.
It's not a
We
relationship.
have no standards. We bang everything.
It's not a relationship. You're just. It's a boot or bang. Get out of bed. You're
'Cause
not going to see her the next day.
They
My
could turn
early
into
life,
a-
it might have been a different answer.
Well,
It would have probably been bang everything.
after you give this, after we all go around, we're going to show the photo, and you're going to make the. You're going to see if you make
Oh,
the right
Lord.
decision. Yep. All right. So our first boot or bang of the evening. TSA agent arrested for allegedly attacking a 79-year-old passenger at a Florida airport. Now, Jason is going to boot this one, I'm sure.
There's a reason.
He boots everybody.
There's always a reason.
That's the whole story.
Nope.
I'm waiting.
A
I'm waiting for Keller's comments about Jason's long-winded excuses.
Here we go.
man.
A Transportation Security Administration agent was arrested for allegedly assaulting a 79-year-old passenger at a Fort Lauderdale airport, with police saying she was forcibly pushing her. A report said Janiyah Wilson Robinson, 21, of Margate, was taken into custody Wednesday following the incident at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. The station, citing a Broward Sheriff's Office arrest report, said Wilson Robinson attacked the woman from Palm Beach County, forcibly pushing her, causing her to fall to the ground and hit her forehead. The passenger, who was at the airport that day on a traveling to a JetBlue flight, suffered minor bruising, deputies say. That's enough for the boot or bang. All right, let's start. We're going to go from Brad. Brad, boot or bang? Oh, where are you at? Sorry. There you go.
Hey.
There you go. Hey,
Loud.
you're back.
Whoa.
I'm back.
You're back. Let's go.
Sort of.
Brad,
And we're
boot or
back.
bang?
I'm gonna boot that.
You're booting.
Yeah.
Not going to bang the aggressive flight lady. All right. Josh.
Here comes 10
She
minutes.
attacked first.
Yes, apparently.
Oh, I thought it was you.
I don't
she's
know. I
aggressive.
mean, it's a little aggressive.
She's also 21.
Yeah,
and
she's
from
21.
Miami.
That works
Miami.
for TSA.
Oh,
But she is
boy.
a TSA agent.
And what's
Yeah.
her name again?
Janiyah Wilson Robinson. Wilson Robinson is hyphenated.
That just means her parents weren't married.
Yeah, fuck it, man. Okay, I'll bang her.
Bang it.
There you go.
All right, Josh is banging. All right.
You want Jason's long-winded no?
No.
The look on his face says it all.
I mean, I'm 50. I'm almost 79. So I mean, you're. I can't. I've got to pass.
Are you going to bang the old lady? Is that what you're saying?
No, no. Wait, she pushed an old. No, no. She pushed an old man, right? Is that how this?
It's
An
a
old
female,
woman.
two females, 79 and 21.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was
That's.
a little cat fight. One was older than the other.
I'm starting to feel my age now, so I'm not cool with that. But
All right, Pajama
He
Joe.
always has an excuse why he's going to boot.
Pajama
Jesus, a
Joe,
beeper.
Pajama Joe. What are you doing?
I don't know. I want to bang, but I just have to say I have to boot only
Really?
because she works for TSA at 21, and you know, like she's living in a pantsuit.
She has health insurance, Joe.
She's living in a pantsuit.
You're not going to see her the next
No,
day.
Right.
All right.
She's got
Dave.
This is salty.
she's got khakis and a high belt.
True.
Why is she still wearing it if
This
you're
is-
banging her?
I don't know.
Keller says, "Wake me up when Jason finishes."
All right.
oh no, Keller.
What's
really?
Dave going to do? Dave, are you going to boot or bang?
Do I talk that long?
Yeah.
Boot.
You're booting.
Okay.
Because
So why are you-
it's a TSA agent.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
Most of them have been aggressive. I've learned that if you wear a metal shirt, you're walking right through security. But if you wear any other with long hair, you're getting searched.
Okay. She knows how to play with balls, though.
Nope.
Yeah, maybe.
Boot.
Okay, you're booting.
We have Keller banging in the comments. Lisa booting.
Okay.
If anybody missed it, Keller said, "Wake me up when Jason's finished," because his long-winded nose.
Okay.
I'm gonna say bang.
Wow.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Wow.
All right. Show camera 8. You might need some
I
spice.
think she could clean up.
Might need some spice in your
First
life.
of all,
There's like no makeup whatsoever and no filter. I think she could clean
You
up.
could suck a D.
first of all, I'm 57 years old. I have no right banging a 21-year-old.
Exactly.
Tell that to the coach of the Chiefs.
That's just
Who's
me,
the
though.
Chief, or who's the one that has
Belichick.
Oh, that's the one. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that one.
All right, now we've had these before.
Oh, we
but-
even had the Conjuring from Hellfire Club chimed in with a boot.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so we're getting another player in the game.
Good call on that
I want
one.
to hear if our other buddy's going to boot or bang XX Astro X, who we all know. That's his little code word. Anyways, he might chime in eventually.
Which one's Astro X?
We'll talk about it. All right.
Astroglide.
That's the one I'm trying to get to provide.
Asklide.
To provide Dave some items for the Museum of Metal.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
know.
All right. So, married teacher accused of scream mask orgies with students is forced to sell home where sick acts took place. All right. So, the Indiana home where disgraced teacher Brittany Fortenberry is accused of making teenagers as young as 13 wear scream masks while having group sex has been put on. Her house has been put up for sale after her husband dumped her, according to a report. Fortenberry's husband, Nicholas, filed for divorce from the 31-year-old educator, and the couple can no longer afford their Martinsdale home, according to a divorce document. The house is where police say Fortenberry alleged 6 sexual encounters with minors took place last year. I'll leave it at that. Now, there's more to this story that I want to get into, but that's the basics. I'm sure everybody has an aggressive opinion about the ladies who bang 13-year-olds. Jason Stallworth is going to boot.
Yep.
Brad Mater.
Yeah, I'm following Jason.
Okay. Josh.
Safer path.
All right, real quick. This chick is banging 13-year-old.
With
Well,
a
they were
certain-
like orgies, so
it's
we
an
don't know
orgy.
if she banged them or if they were just in the room and getting it on.
So we don't know if this person was doing anything with the kids.
She was. We just don't know if it was a 13-year-old. They were just as young as 13.
And she knew this?
Yes.
Allegedly,
She's a
they-
teacher.
Yeah.
And she's probably hotter than fuck, but
Yes, exactly.
I'm not cool with that at all. Yeah,
No.
yeah, I would have to pass, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'm sure she's fucking hot, though.
I give her points for the scream mask.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
sprinkling.
she had 6
Try to cover
six
up the wrinkles.
instances. It's not like the teacher's like, hey,
I don't know.
She's
Wanna
going to
get-
be fucking hot.
you want to
I
get
know it.
invited to Friday night poker night? Yeah, fuck yeah.
I wish I was a kid back then. Where were all these fucking teachers when I was a
Yeah,
kid?
I don't know.
They didn't exist. They were like old and like 70 years
I
old.
wouldn't have told anybody. What the fuck's wrong with these kids?
They did exist. Exactly.
Yeah, they
just
probably did.
didn't-
I just never met one. Or
We
they,
just didn't have social media to broadcast.
no, you know what? I
Also,
did get a
too-
phone number one time from my 5th grade teacher.
Yeah?
She, yes. Maybe I did. I just didn't know.
You just didn't realize she
I
was
wasn't
trying
smart
to set
enough.
it up.
Miss Campbell,
She
8th
was
grade.
trying to set
I mean,
you up.
Damn it.
she was hot, but no luck.
Yeah, we're banging this.
Oh, did that fall down? What? Oh, okay. Don't worry about
We're
it.
banging-
I'll
we're banging
I'll
this
put it back up.
Is that the one Joe put up?
All right.
What?
That's
We have
What'd I do?
Keller banging in the comments.
Keller's banging.
Wow.
Keller says, and you
Keller's
just
gonna
tell
be-
Jason a boot and end it.
Well, I like Josh's
You gotta
story.
go
Josh had a
is
long-winded
booting.
story this time.
And
What's
our,
Dave doing?
Our Astro says boot who? He
Booting.
doesn't understand we're on booter
I'm
banging.
booting.
You're booting.
Booting too?
Okay.
Nah, we're banging this one.
No, why is Dave booting though?
Does it matter?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you gotta have some.
She's taking advantage of these kids.
Yeah.
That's good enough
You
reason.
know.
She's giving
Alright.
them a time of a life.
I sent this article, so I have no opinion.
All right. So, yeah, we're going to show the photo here, and for those who are curious, this is a photo of, I'm going to say a before and after photo.
It's like a social media. It's like her photo, not a mugshot.
Okay. So this
this'll be her
this
cleaned
is,
up.
This is the cleaned up photo.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, she's pretty
Now,
hot.
booking photo.
Ooh,
Same
boy.
person?
Now
Yeah.
here, this is
Same
what's-
person.
This is what I
Really?
don't understand. This does not look at all like the same person.
It does.
I can see
No,
it.
it does.
Yeah, I
It
can
does.
see it. Yeah.
You think?
That was her picture from.
I mean, I know.
Have you ever
I,
seen a pic? Yeah, have
you ever
been
seen
in
the
jail?
picture
Have you
in
ever
the
got a
80s?
fucking picture like
We got-
that?
we
A
got
lot of people
cat-
look
I
like
got-
that. You don't look the same anymore.
But she looks.
It's all about the angle. All you're doing is looking at boobs.
I look different wearing your glasses,
It looks
right?
just
I
like
mean,
true.
is this the same right here? I don't
Right.
know.
I mean,
Completely
possibly.
different.
I mean, hot or this is hotter. I don't know. Which one?
Hot or
You look
not?
smarter in the other one.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Man finds he was married without his knowledge. Woman arrested. Now, this is a very interesting story.
I sent this one too.
Laura
I
sent
said,
this one to me.
I sent it to him and I said, your worst nightmare.
It is my worst nightmare.
That'd be so funny though. What a show that would be.
Yes, right.
We've been secretly
Right.
married for 9 years.
A whiskey show, whiskey-driven
It would be
show.
a whiskey show.
So, Beverly Hills, Texas.
You should have done that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just do me a favor. Just sign this paper.
Well, in Florida, you have
guys are
to.
witnesses.
There's
Just
a
sign this paper.
right in Florida. There was it 3, 2,
I'll
or 3
become
days.
notarized. I'll do it. I'll just,
In
It's a
Florida,
3-day.
there's like a 3-day wait period, so you have to apply together, and then
You not on?
You have, yeah, you were on.
You should be.
You have to apply
Mhm.
first, and then you have to wait 3 days before the marriage license is active and able to be signed. And
I thought that was a gun law. Is a marriage law too?
Yep.
No, it's
yep.
marriage.
It's
It
treated
doesn't
the same.
start in- I
Guns
think
and
you-
women.
They're just
Same
as
shit.
bad.
yeah, I think it was 2000 was when
deadly.
they changed
You
it.
know a lot of rules about that, Laura.
Yep.
I know.
Exactly. All right.
No, it was because before 2000, people could just go down to the courthouse and sign a marriage license, and they were
You
married,
liked it?
but not anymore.
All right, so here's the gist. A 36-year-old woman is being held on felony stalking charges in a bizarre case where a wedding was held without the groom present and without his knowledge. Beverly Hills Police Chief Corey Martin expressed that he's never seen anything like this. I was here Friday evening when this came in. When I was talking to the lieutenant, I said, I don't think in 23 years I've heard of anybody who managed somehow to get married to someone who wasn't present at the ceremony. So, at first, we were really considering that it may be some forged documents. However, once we made contact with the reverend who ended up signing the actual ceremony, showing that they were unified, he basically, solidified the fact that, yeah, the groom was not present when that occurred. Kristen Marie Spearman was arrested and booked into the McLennan County Jail. Chief Martin said his office was contacted by a 42-year-old man on Friday who said he found a package from his ex-girlfriend at his home, which included a copy of a marriage certificate showing he was married. The victim told police he had been in a relationship with the suspect, and then they got a marriage license around June 2nd, but broke up before a wedding took place. He said the investigation determined that the woman convinced a pastor to certify the marriage without the groom being present.
Wow.
Chief Martin said she then went
Wonder
to
how
the
he did
county.
that.
Yeah, she went
Or
to the
she
county
did that.
clerk's office and filed for the certificate. The chief explained that he spoke to the victim, who expressed that he's going through a significant process to try and fix the situation. Yada yada yada. All right, this is a very long story, but basically, this chick apparently convinced a pastor to sign off on documents stating that she was married to her ex. Psycho. Let's give it a Nasty Savage for that name. But that's basically what's going on here. Brad Mader, boot or bang?
She had to do that. She's got to be hideous. I say boot.
Boot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Oh,
Is it my
Who's
turn?
next? Yeah, go
sure,
ahead.
Jason.
I mean, I'm
go
kind
ahead.
of thinking that, like, I kind of like the fact that she's so into him. It's like, no, you're mine, bitch. That kind of thing. I like that. But Brad brought up a good point about.
Anyway.
I don't know, but Brad brought up a good point about being hideous. I know Keller's like, no, dude. But it's a good point about being hideous because
They
they
were
already
in a
had,
relationship, though.
but they already had a marriage license, right?
Yeah, they just didn't sign it. You get a
Oh.
marriage license, and then it has to be signed off, properly executed and recorded.
I'm just curious as why he was so upset over
So
that.
she
I mean,
wasn't
like,
hideous enough that he didn't want to marry her at some point.
I'm kind of I'm stuck in the middle here. I'm gonna let Josh go and then we'll decide.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you serious?
Pass on the vote.
fucking her. That's all you're doing. So she tried to fuck the pastor over. Is that
No,
kind of what?
she
no.
lied to the
Good.
pastor to get the marriage license
No,
signed off.
I've got
she blew the pastor to get the.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, she probably is some desperate, ugly ass bitch. But
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, I don't know. Man.
If she's getting stalker charges, she's probably.
I'm gonna
kinda
let Dave
crazy.
go and think about it.
I'm going to drink this whole bottle of Old Smoky before I make a decision.
All right,
Say goodbye,
Dave.
Drew.
Boot or bang?
Well, obviously, she's psycho to trick.
Psycho
someone.
bitches are good in bed.
Doesn't matter. You still got the psycho bitch around. Boot.
Booting. All right.
You got to get
I'm
rid of him
saying.
somehow.
All right.
Just so you guys
Sorry,
know, Keller is booting in the
non-psycho.
comments too.
I can't boot.
Conjuring from the Hellfire Club said bunny boiler boot.
Okay. T Dog says girls were wild in the early 70s. Well, No.
Well, okay.
All right.
Early 70s, yeah.
I was a kid.
What about Joe?
Joe.
I missed the story, but I'm gonna take the advice from Keller because Keller's always right, and we're gonna boot.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
Jason, we're coming back to you. Have you made your mind up?
He's gonna.
Yeah, now after
do
I'm
it,
proxying
do
off both Brad and Josh here, so I've got to boot at this point, guys. This is gonna be horrible. I know.
Oh, we
it.
had one. Okay.
Yeah.
Should
All
I
right.
join the group
Show
here?
the
Should I?
photo.
Oh, you didn't
Wait,
call.
we
you
haven't
didn't
I-
call the
yeah,
Broncos,
yeah.
so-
Oh, Josh didn't go yet?
You know what? I'll take one for the.
Oh, you can take
I'll
one for the
take
team?
one for the team. I'll say, all right, bang.
Awesome. All
I
right.
like that guy.
Here's
I
what
don't
you're,
know why,
here's what
but
you're
I like
banging.
that guy.
Here's what you're banging.
I'll take it.
Yes, you can work. That
She's
can
not
work.
fucking bad.
Yeah.
She looks like a teacher.
Yeah.
Good thing she
Those
doesn't
look
screw
good, yeah.
kids.
I don't care what they look like.
She looks like she likes to
If they're
sharpen
trouble, I'm
knives.
out.
No, but you're not hanging. No, it's just a one-time thing.
You're never
Oh,
going to
yeah.
see her
One
again.
and
Yeah.
done.
Until she brings that marriage license and says, "Here, we're
No,
married."
no, no.
And
That's not
In
the
a box
game.
on
That's
your
not the
front
game.
porch.
and a voodoo doll that looks exactly like you and say, "You're mine now forever."
I mean, the determination is the story.
With pins in it.
Is she going to be good?
Exactly.
Is she going to be good in bed?
Yeah, it's just
I think
about
In your
she's-
penis
fucking her.
area.
I think she's probably good in bed, but
Yeah.
yeah, she's got stalkers. So,
Yeah,
I'm happy with the decision. I
Okay.
don't
You're happy
mind
with
that.
it. Yeah.
You got the
Some
two pumps in
creepy
the
shit.
apology
Okay.
without being embarrassed about it.
Psycho.
That's fine.
I mean, Brad brought the voodoo doll. She's probably making like a voodoo doll of your wiener. So that's
Yeah.
that's the next
wiener.
level.
We're taking a drink.
Oh,
Damn fucking wiener.
Drink.
Motherfucker.
That's a social.
Wait,
Hey, I like this.
Have you tried that yet?
Not yet. Have you tried?
We're
it?
still sipping on that?
Now,
Well, it's
God damn.
heavy-
What'd you
heavy
think
bread.
about
That's
that
a-
oatmeal coffee?
that was good.
Really
Yeah,
funky.
Yeah. What's the deal with that?
Which one's-
Is that
I
one you
haven't-
brought?
This
Yes.
is another one that
That's a
Dave
very
brought.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really
I want
funky
the can.
It's
Is
stout.
that the only one you have?
taste.
no.
Yeah,
So,
it's
whole
a-
six
that one was
pack.
Oh, cool.
Y'all-
It's
the
called- I haven't
beer's
had that
for
one.
y'all. I just want a
That
can
was
of each.
Oatmeal
Okay.
coffee.
Oatmeal coffee?
Yeah, it's really weird.
I mean, the empty can.
Right.
stout.
I'm gonna go. We. That's not a drink social
What's
because I'm
the-
actually gonna go.
What is the monkey knot?
Indian.
Well, dude,
ale.
I've got a monkey.
Monkey knot, I believe.
Yeah, monkey nut
You
India
didn't even
Pale
open
Ale.
it yet.
No,
It's
no.
been there for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Well, I had to finish my German
You
beer.
put
I'm
that
a
in
slow.
the ice
I'm a slow drinker,
You
guys.
got
So-
that when we started the fucking show.
I know.
That's a high percentage alcohol.
Let me try this. We don't have the bubbles,
It's up
do we?
there.
Hey,
No.
Drew,
No.
take
Oh,
that to
shit.
the
There he goes.
microwave for him. He wants to warm it up.
All right.
He's got to have his little.
Let me get rid of these allergies first, guys. I never gets old. I'm sorry, guys. All right.
It does actually.
Not really. it doesn't.
that was not funny the first time you did it.
You guys are all laughing, or are you
I
just
think-
pretending?
We
That's
laugh
insane.
at you, not
It
with
gets
you.
funnier because you keep doing it, and
It's
it's
just-
like it
just let
gets
him.
funnier.
Just let him have
It's
it,
a
man.
it's a dad, but it's a non-dad joke.
Yeah.
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 Ah, that's a dad joke.
All right, let's try this. Here we go. I like to smell it too.
It's a dead joke.
Yeah, do it, Josh. I love the bubbles, man. Yeah, let's do it. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
That's
Great,
fucking
dude.
awesome.
That was great. Dude. Yeah, I love it, man. I mean, I love the bubbles. I don't even know what the beer tastes like. I just had it, but I'm laughing at the
I
bubbles.
come every week and do that.
All right, let me.
So my microphone works.
So this is it's definitely an India Pale Ale, right? It's got that piney taste, that pine tree taste almost. You know what I'm talking about? Sierra Nevada has something like that too. Yeah, like almost like a tree sap. Yeah.
Like a pine cone?
I don't mean that in a bad way, but it does have that. Yeah. It's
It's got that Mumbai flavor to it.
Thank you. Come again. I'm sorry, what was that?
Mumbai.
I shouldn't say it.
I've never had a pine tasting beer.
Well, it's kind of piney. I mean, Dave, you grew up in Alabama. I grew up in L.A., Lower Alabama, the Pensacola area, or the outskirts of that, if there's such a thing. But we had pine trees, so it's got that piney. I don't know.
Yeah, I got you. I grew up in NA,
Oh, Northern Alabama. Huntsville, yeah.
not applicable.
Not available.
Not available.
Okay, so what they might not know. Okay, this monkey knot, is that what the name of it is? Right there?
Yeah, monkey nut. Yeah.
No.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
Destroying the joint.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna fuck shit up.
There you go.
And that was my story about monkey knot.
So monkey nut.
So what some people might not know is originally Huntsville, Alabama was the space capital of the world.
Oh, dude, I didn't know that.
Because that's where a lot of the early NASA stuff was tested there. And at one time, the world's largest space and rocket center was there. It's still there, but it's not the world's largest now. And the monkeys were there. The monkeys' graves are there.
They have monkeys there? Are you serious?
Well, they put them.
That went to
Hey,
space. That went to space.
Oh.
Now,
And
here,
their graves
gotcha.
are in Huntsville.
now they never actually recovered the monkey bodies. They just have like a makeshift grave.
Well, some of the other monkeys, I think some did come back, and those are buried. And some of the relatives that they
Wait, they shot monkeys into space and they
Yes. Are
never
you
got them
kidding?
back?
Are you
I
kidding?
knew
Yes.
they shot them into space, but I thought they like the
Well,
capsules were.
Where did they go then?
You've never seen
burned
Planet
up.
of the Apes?
they burned up, but some
Obviously,
of
I
them
missed
came
that
back.
part.
They were experimental monkeys. I mean, that was the 60s.
Well, some of
and
them had to
70s,
come back
50s,
because they would have
60s.
never sent humans up there with
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
constantly burning up in space.
I like that song they did, that last train to Clarksville. That was
yeah.
It's like rat testing for perfumes.
Now,
But
you
it's
know-
monkeys in space.
Michael Jackson's monkey is over here in
Bubbles.
Bubbles is still
Well,
alive.
Chula.
Bubbles.
Yeah,
Yeah. Bubbles.
Josh,
is, oh,
Bubbles.
yeah. It's over in. Hold on. Do you want me to do bubbles?
He did bubbles.
Yeah.
Josh should
With
have some
that-
bubbles, man.
Bubbles.
Oh
You missed
wait,
it.
I heard him. I heard him. I thought my roof was leaking. I'm like, what the fuck is
I
that?
feel bad
It
for them.
sounded like the Jetsons car.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the Jetsons sound like
So
that. Too.
that's where monkey nut came from, though. That's the name of the
Now
beer.
I do want
It's
to try
related
that
to the
beer.
space race.
You want to try this one, Drew?
I want to try the one that Joe gave me that has a.
This is actually Josh's leftover.
It's
Oh, it is.
it's probably
Well, you-
not
but
You
great
want the rest
now.
of it?
There's more.
Yeah, let me grab one. Who's got?
No, it's
Joe.
in. I'll get you another
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I want.
But the monkey nut is pretty good, though. This is yeah.
If you like pine trees.
If you like pie.
Well, I probably like
thing can
didn't
say
say that right, but you know.
Well, it gets crazy on mushrooms in the forest. You know?
That kind of thing, right?
You know where I was in Pensacola, we had something called pine trees. You guys don't have these.
That's fucking great, dude.
I like that no one here caught my monkeys mishap except for Lisa in the comments.
Wait, I didn't
When you
catch
guys
the
were
monkeys.
talking
Monkeys as the band?
Yeah, I go.
Yeah,
I
I
heard
heard
you
you
mean,
say that.
hey, we're the monkeys,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I'm like, oh, y'all are talking about actual monkeys, and Lisa said not Davy Jones.
They had a cartoon. Remember the monkeys
That
cartoon?
was my last
Oh,
train
yeah.
to Clarksville joke.
Saturday morning Supercade.
Fell flat.
No, we heard you.
Oh, good.
Well, thank you for not
That's the
bringing it
response I
up.
wanted.
And then
Yeah, we heard you.
and then the stout at the
When I
devil.
saw her
The
face.
Stout of the Devil? Which
Stout.
one is that?
Dude,
Stout
that's
at the devil.
That's the one I just got.
Oh, that's
Is
different
it
then.
stout at the devil?
I think.
Stout.
No, that should be
Oh,
the.
no, this is
Is it?
straight to ale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Stout
it's-
of the Devil.
Okay,
All right,
so
let's
Oh,
try
I
this
gotta try
one.
that.
This one.
that
It's
story
okay,
is
oatmeal coffee.
Oatmeal
That's cool.
stout. Yeah, it's
now the story
You love
behind
a stout.
the story behind that one is AC/DC and Motley Crue played in Huntsville, Alabama.
Dude,
I guess that's why. I don't know.
he's making
Just-
shit up.
I'm making shit up now. No, the monkey thing is true though.
Wait, we need one out of two to be true. Okay, that's fine.
So if you drink the Motley Crue beer, you can't drive a car. Oh, too soon.
It looks
Oh,
like
man.
you know what's funny? It's got a Motley Crue saying, but looks like pretty like AC/DC,
Right.
Right?
oh, gotcha.
I mean, taste
No,
it.
what's it
Kinda,
called?
sorta,
Stout,
Stout
at
at
the
the
Stout at
Devil.
the
The
devil.
one that you drank.
But it looks like an AC/DC.
What a cool name, though, dude. Stout of the Devil.
Right?
That's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
The whole thing, like,
You know
this
what I
whole
mean,
straight
Josh?
to L is cool.
Kind of looks like. Yeah, I don't know. Are they trying to
Kinda
do the
like-
AC/DC thing?
That's
there?
what I don't know. Maybe not. Doesn't look like Vince.
It's
yeah.
just like a devil looking dude, right?
Yeah.
Kind of looks like the ACD album.
It was
though.
definitely different. I
I'm
kind of
kinda-
liked it. I don't know if I could drink 3 or 4 of them.
I'm gonna
but-
drink one.
He likes the coffee flavor, so I knew he
Yeah,
would
I'm
like
gonna
it.
Yeah,
just
but
So I
back
passed
into
it on
the.
to
Yeah,
him.
it was different.
All right.
That's why I pulled it out. I had to look at it. I'm like, what the fuck is
I
this?
mainly went there because it has straight to L and it's like a devil
No, it
logo.
looks good.
Right.
You know?
I like the art.
That thing,
I like
devil
you know,
music.
I like
And this
a
is
devil.
7.8 compared to the 4.5.
That's a 7.8.
Yeah.
Ooh.
See, that's why we're drinking it.
And it comes from the Bible Belt. Comes from the Bible Belt, so
Yeah.
Oh, they took a lot of crap for that, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
All right, Dave. We have one more Buderbang.
Uh-oh.
Yep,
Oh,
one
Lord.
more.
I'll just
This
say
is-
it right now,
Th-
Boot.
this is a local one.
Wait, you have 5 minutes.
This is a local one.
Another local.
You don't even have to do it, Boot.
Brandon road rage shootout lands woman in jail.
Bang.
All right.
Boot.
Bang.
Gunfire erupted Thursday afternoon when deputies say a woman began shooting at another driver who returned fire during a road rage incident on
Already
Thursday
seen her.
afternoon. You saw her? And you
Yep.
still booting?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Psycho.
We need to put that song on when we do these, right?
Yep.
Psychosexual.
Face blurry, or is it? Look at I think you're not I think it's focused on your.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. You're back.
Yeah, there
Okay,
you go.
All right,
you're
I'm
good.
back. I'm back. All right. According to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, deputies went to the intersection of South Hilltop Road and West Brandon Boulevard. That's almost near you, Josh.
Yes, it is.
I
I heard the gunshots.
Following reports of a shooting between two vehicles shortly before 2 p.m., when deputies arrived, they found Aiden Richards, 21, with a gunshot wound and the other involved party. Richards was taken to an area hospital where she was treated for non-life-threatening injuries to her lower body. According to detectives, both parties had stopped at a red light and were involved in an altercation. Deputies said Richards fired a gun at the other vehicle, striking it numerous times. The driver of the other vehicle pulled out a gun and returned fire.
So she missed the first one. Like she shot first.
Here's
missed.
the thing: you start shooting at my vehicle, you're definitely getting return fire.
Right.
You know,
Well, that's what I'm
You
saying.
should.
So she shot first and missed.
Yeah.
The guy returned fire and hit her.
Girl.
Is that what I
Girl,
heard?
two
Oh.
women, two females,
Oh,
two
Lord.
famales. Richards was charged
The
with
women don't
aggravated
know how to
assault.
drive and they don't know how to shoot either.
There you go. Exactly.
Even my wife says women don't know how to drive. So.
All right,
I know.
we're gonna.
Your wife can't see though.
Let's,
Yes, you can.
Uh
Love you, Candy.
oh. Glad she's not here.
No more brownies for you.
Right.
She's spinning the
Gunfight.
brownies on
all
you.
right, show the
special
show
brownie.
the camera here.
Oh.
Here's what's going on. See on the left, she
Oh.
threw water on her car.
She threw water on her car.
Somebody got pissed.
Is that a gray truck?
So it's on the side. It's not the dash cam is
Left.
picking up the incident. It's
Left-hand side,
not
Joe.
involved.
Just on the
We'll
left
start
hand
over
side?
for you, Joe. Hang on.
Yeah.
Watch
So
the
use
left-hand side.
Yeah. So this car, use your arrow. That car
Oh.
throws water on the little blue sedan.
The gray one?
And then they're trying to get over at the same
The one
time.
that's
The
in the
red one.
far left turn lane.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to
They
show
start.
their.
They're having
So
words.
they're probably
apparently.
hollering,
This
screaming.
blue car's backing up because
Yep.
she's like, "What the fuck?" You hear her shooting?
Oh,
And
crap,
then you
dude.
see glass
Yeah.
go over that person's windshield.
Throw stuff again. Yeah. I mean, that's a repeat.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now-
Yeah.
I don't get why
Apparently.
people do this. I don't get it.
All right, I don't understand
So
it.
now
either.
she gets
Just-
behind her. Oh, this is the same thing.
Yeah.
Keep on
Yeah,
just
same,
replaying.
same.
All right, so that's all they got. All right.
Stop there.
Ever since COVID, everybody's crazy drivers,
Mm-hmm.
except for me.
All right, Brad, you're back.
Thank you.
So, Buderbangs brag.
I don't know.
This might be one of your the friends of your son. You never know. Same age.
Well, definitely boot. Have you seen my son's friends? Holy shit.
No, we
All right.
haven't.
No.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm done. No.
you're done. Jason.
Yeah, I'm done
Done.
with this. Already.
Josh.
This is not even remotely interesting to Bing.
All right, what was her name again?
Aiden.
21.
21.
I doubt
Armed
that's
and
name is
dangerous.
Aiden?
I doubt that's a female.
Okay.
Yeah, boot.
Boot. Dave is boot. Joe.
We're gonna bang just because
Banging.
nobody else is going to.
Joe is banging.
Keller's banging in the comments.
Oh, Keller bangs.
Dave, you said you already saw her, so you.
But
You're booting.
she was, and I also saw her in court, and she looked psycho in there too.
Were you there or?
I just watched the news.
All right, here's the photo.
It's like, yeah, I go to court
Now,
just to
here's the
hang
thing.
out.
Yeah, that's a dude, by the way.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah,
That's
I think so, dude.
yeah.
Aiden has a Richard.
Yep.
David's Richards are showing. I agree.
It's meds time.
If not, that's a very androgynous individual.
Are you happy with your?
Yeah,
Decision.
you know.
Really?
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, when you have a couple beers, some strong ones, a hole's a hole at the end of the night, man.
exactly. You know.
The room's dark enough.
You visit the castle much?
Jesus.
You get the two pumps
that
and you don't
place
even
still
need the
around?
apology.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Is it? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
It's more of
It
a.
is.
It's more of a kid's
That's Ebor, right?
daycare thing now, but yeah.
It's like my father-in-law says, a stiff wiener has no brains. So
People come from all over the world to go to that place.
They do. Yep. I haven't been
Jesus
in
Christ.
years.
can we have a castle night one night, guys? Can we do it?
I don't know, man.
Yes.
I'm a little.
For those of us that are not from
What
Tampa,
you'll
why don't
do
you
is
explain
you'll
what
go
the
in
castle
there,
is?
Saturday night you wanna
you'll
do
go
that.
into the castle, you'll hang out
I went
for
there a
maybe
few
an
months
hour,
ago.
and then you'll leave.
Yeah.
Is there like a 50-plus night?
Well,
But they do have 80s.
Hey,
Yeah, I was gonna say they have an 80s night.
Yeah.
I gotta
They-
tell
Okay,
you,
cool.
back in the 1900s,
I don't think they have an 80s night anymore. It's only
did you ever
Thursday,
go
Friday,
back there?
or Friday, Saturday. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Remember the senator?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He still goes there.
I don't
saw
doubt
him
it.
a couple years ago. That dude's got to be like 90.
Now, for Gothic decor, I like the Spook Easy place. I think that place is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you'll go after you leave there.
No, that's beforehand. That's prep.
No, wait,
That's
wait, wait.
prep.
Are you talking about the guy that used to have his brains hanging out?
Yes.
He's done. He's
Where's he happening?
He's dead.
Is he?
Yeah, he died. He died like last year.
Okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
last time I was there was a couple years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I was there, he was on all fours with a leash around him,
Mm-hmm.
some hot ass chick as he was a dog. Did you ever see the senator back then?
Jay,
I wasn't here back
might
then.
have, and I just didn't realize who it was.
Keller
I'm
point.
sure.
Keller
He was
pointed out.
always on a leash with some hot chick.
It's like I did a show at Crowbar one night. Is this on? I can barely hear
Yeah, I can
me
hear
now.
you fine.
All right,
You want me to turn you up?
a little bit.
I mean,
Yeah.
we
Turn
can
your
hear you.
voice right
We can
up.
hear you.
Hello.
But just to say, Keller pointed out the fact that Jason said wiener and we did not drink.
Uh-oh.
Social.
Community drink.
Everybody drink.
Again, he did.
Everybody
Yeah,
drink.
I guess so. I didn't
Everybody
remember.
drink.
Jesus Christ.
I did a show. I did a show at Crowbar one night, and I think that dude came in and some chick had him on a fucking leash.
Probably.
It had to have been him, and I had a few in me. There was this big dude with like a top hat, and they were putting that shit on him, so they
That was
looked
probably my cousin Mike.
they put that stuff on,
wrestler
so
Mike?
they looked like they crawled out of a
cousin.
grave, so they were all like kind of dusty and shit.
Yeah.
Wait, was the top hat guy a skinny kind of guy?
Nah, he was a big dude. He was taller than me. He was
There's
kinda
another
white.
guy named Dog that everybody knows as Dog. That
So he was
used to go
kind of, he was mad dogging me a little bit, and I had a few in me, so I was like, "Yeah, watch this." So my bandstand behind me, I just walked up and I went, "Boom!" He like jumped back, his top hat wiggled. Everybody fucking laughed their goddamn asses off, because he's trying to look all fucking tough and mean with the the dead shit on. I'm just like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" I was like, "Jesus Christ!" He didn't do nothing. So
You're
That's
still
right.
alive, so we figured.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, was that the show I was
yoked him up. I was ready, man.
was that the show I was shooting for you guys?
I don't know. There was a lot of castle people there, so I don't know. Was that that
Castle
night?
people.
Good
Can you define castle people?
That
Yeah.
guy,
What do you mean by that?
that guy with the top hat and the dog being
And his wiener hanging out.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Wait, Jason, it's only when you say wiener. So you
Well,
gotta
he's
say
proxying off me tonight, so it counts. So. Wake up, guys.
Social.
Gotta.
Blah, 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 blah.
And don't pretend drink. You gotta really drink, okay?
I like this beer. This little coffee. Is it a coffee stout,
It's
Joe?
oatmeal coffee.
Oatmeal. Yeah, I like it a lot.
I like this monkey balls, or monkey nut.
Is balls close enough to wiener?
Monkey nut.
yeah.
monkey balls.
Monkey nut.
Dave, what's the best show you've ever seen
Pick
Oh,
with Drew.
besides besides tonight?
Yeah.
The best show
Man.
you can put on the top 5.
I got it. I mean, Slayer. I mean, of course.
Any particular show or just in general?
More than once, man. I've seen hundreds of shows. I can't tell you.
We're trying to-
I'm
we're trying
surprised
to-
I have great hearing, but
I'm so jealous, dude.
one of my other than thrash or death metal, I'll probably get shot for this. but
Neil Diamond.
Styx,
Oh, wow.
Okay.
because it was an early show in my teenage years, and they did the Paradise Theater, and they also did Mr. Roboto, which they had a short movie. Then they came out with basically
that
like a
tour.
stage show, and then they morphed into a regular band concert, and it was
I
just
saw that.
badass.
I saw that tour.
That was
Yeah.
Mr. Roboto,
Yep.
and
I was young, man. Well,
That-
we're the same age.
that
so,
was
yeah.
that was probably the best show I've ever
Yeah.
seen as
That was
far as
good.
mixing it all up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
Josh, best show you've ever seen.
Wow. Funny enough, as far as intensity and what gets me fucking totally possessed, 100% is fucking Slayer.
Yeah.
I've seen him 14
Got it.
fucking times, every time in the pit. Can't resist it, especially when Jeff was fucking still alive.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Other than Slayer, yeah, that's a hard one because especially with Skylar. I mean, we go to so many fucking shows. So we probably go more shows than most people as far as families goes.
I agree.
I mean, holy shit.
No.
Yeah, that's hard to fucking say, man, with metal. I mean, as far as like my bucket list bands, like Hell's Heroes a couple years ago, I got to see Razor. That was funny enough. I'm wearing the shirt, but and Exciter was awesome. But Man, there's just so fucking many bands. I'm trying to think of something. King Crimson was awesome. I got to see them.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, I don't know. You were going to say something.
Did you have a refresher?
Well, I wanted to go back and say I do remember probably the best show that they did was at Lakeland Civic Center, and it was the Clash of the Titans.
Yeah,
It was Alice in Chains got booed and spit off the
Yep.
stage, and then seriously,
that was going to be my answer.
and
was
then
Clash of the Titans.
Slayer played it, and they actually recorded that and included it on their live CD, double live CD.
Yeah.
The one disc is Lakeland.
Decade of
Live
Aggression.
Decade of Aggression.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Motorhead was supposed to be playing that, and Lemmy broke his ankle. That's why Alice in Chains got on that.
Right. Gotcha.
So you're saying Slayer is one of yours also?
Oh, without a doubt, it was Slayer. I was going
and
to say
that was
Clash of the Titans.
that was an intense pit right there.
Oh, dude,
and I was
yeah.
young, so I was fully invested in a pit.
It's
So-
crazy about Slayer to me. Like every fucking, you could always tell like a new person, they were fucking scared.
Yes.
You ever notice it? Like,
Yes.
and your hairs are just standing up. There's something about fucking Slayer, dude.
I saw
Crazy.
Slayer a bunch of times for that Clash of the Titans
Me too.
show, and they played upstate New York at a fairgrounds. Even I was like, "Holy shit, I'm gonna fucking die!"
Yeah.
Because I mean, that was just a sick lineup, anyhow. And when Slayer came on, it was just like the fucking horde came out of fucking death. I mean, it was just like, "Holy fuck, man!" But what a great show, man! It was fucking
The
awesome.
thing that sucked about that night, though, was that it went from what back then.
Simon, lay down.
Alice in Chains was brand new, and nobody knew who they
Yeah.
were. They weren't a phenomenon or whatever you want to call it. And they got booed off the stage. And what's the singer? He started spitting on the crowd, and they started throwing shit
Lance
at him.
Stanley.
And then Slayer played, and you blew your wad, because then it went down to Megadeth and then down to Anthrax. Remember
Well,
that?
it was a rotating
Yeah.
lineup that night. Because when I saw him, Slayer actually headlined. So
Well,
it was actually kind of cool. It was Megadeth,
here-
Anthrax, and then Slayer.
Here was Slayer played first, and they recorded it. They actually recorded it. They also videotaped the whole thing,
Oh, really?
but they never used it because they didn't like the way they looked in there.
Oh, really?
And the group photos on the album itself, you know, they're standing on a corner of a building with all the trash around.
Yeah.
What they did is they took all the trash from inside the night and spread it around Lakeland Civic Center.
Oh,
So
shit.
so they did it at first light in the morning.
Wow.
That photo.
But my
Anyways.
other one would definitely be the Ramones. I saw the Ramones in my hometown. Holy shit. They got
Nice.
on stage, they played 2 hours nonstop, and it was, I mean, non-fucking stop. I mean, it was just one song into the other. What a great show. I mean, it was amazing.
Oh, I bet.
So we have in the comments Lisa saying Queen. So I could see that as being a good show. Jason, what is your all-time favorite?
2015, Orlando, the House of Blues. I went to see Nightwish for the first time, and I've always been a big Nightwish fan since I've heard them. They're a band out of Europe, and also a band called Delane opened for them, and Sabaton opened for them, and that was the first time I saw those bands live too. So I became fans of all those bands. But yeah, the Nightwish show was awesome.
You know, and that's not to discredit a bunch of other shows that were fucking awesome. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got
And
a
other
million of them,
genres and
too,
everything.
Yeah. I mean,
It's too hard to pick, but that Slayer show, yeah.
I played the Dynamo Festival in '99 with Metallica. I mean, I was playing that show, and it was like just walking around. SOD was touring for fucking Bigger Than the Devil, and I mean, there was so many bands on that lineup, and I was like on the side of the stage watching all these things. I mean, a lot of festivals I got to do. Was like, yeah, I'm with you, dude. It's like I saw so many fucking shows, but like literally, as me before I got into the biz like that, seeing that Clash of the Titans show was like a life changing moment, you know. Because I saw Slayer in like small, medium venues. I saw when they had the dude from Whiplash playing drums when like Lombardo left briefly, and they played at my hometown venue up in upstate New York, and fucking. Everybody was yelling at him because he wasn't a great drummer. Like, what the
I
fuck,
got
dude?
hired to photograph Suicidal Tendencies when they played the State Theater. And honestly, man, that was probably one of my all-time favorite shows. Not
Suicide's good.
and it was a smaller venue, State Theater, but also just because of what the access I had and just the overall experience of the show. I mean, they play a fucking amazing show.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, just playing with Metallica, I would, the smaller private show, I would much rather see them there, obviously, than going to Raymond James Stadium.
Yep.
But just seeing them, man, the fucking crowd and the way they fucking played, and they hadn't played. I want to say at that point they hadn't played in like 15 years. Like this is when they first came back out and started like really, getting
I
back
saw them
out
during that whole Lights Camera Revolution tour, and it was they were fucking awesome.
It was nuts, man. It was just the whole. You think
And
about
they all had energy too back then. I mean, Mike Muir still runs around like an idiot. But, I mean,
he does.
Yeah.
He's nuts.
They played Janice Landing on that tour.
Yeah.
That Lights.
Oh, really? Yeah.
That's
I think it was Nasty Savage. No.
What? No.
That's a different. I'm thinking something else.
I'm trying to reach the cameras over here.
That's once again when I was a teenager. Probably,
Way back in the day.
first time I saw Styx, that was amazing. First time I saw Priest, amazing. First time I saw Maiden, amazing.
Would you see Priest on?
Kiss, and it could go on and on, but then
Would you see Priest on?
oh man, the first time I saw him was Screaming for Vengeance.
Yeah, I saw him then, but then right at like a year later, they toured for Defenders of the Faith, and that was my first big arena show. That blew my fucking mind. I was like 13, 14.
Yeah, and Rob Halford driving out on a Harley. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
Never seen anything like it. And then Maiden comes with all their props,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I was at the Live After Death at Radio City. I was at that show where they recorded it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I'm trying to get that on DVD. I really want that show.
All right, Joe.
Yep.
That stage
Best
move
show you've
and
ever
shit,
seen.
It was killer.
Have you been down to his restaurant bar?
Yeah. I went there. My buddy worked for Jaguar.
Nico McBrains, yeah.
My buddy worked for Jaguar, and they actually built Nico a Jaguar.
Huh.
I have pictures. I'll show you later. He has pictures of it. Yeah, it has fucking Eddie on the headrest of the fucking Jag, and it has the Jaguar logo written in the Iron Maiden font on the car.
And honestly,
it's killer. So we went down there. Yeah, the food was cool. I mean, it was good.
I'll give some comments here. We
honestly,
got
he's a Florida metal guy, so he's lived in Florida for so long that he's part of the metal scene too.
Yeah.
So it'd be awesome to get him to have something in the exhibits. All we need to borrow is one of those Egyptian freaking things. Hey, just let me borrow this for a little while.
Did you go to his restaurant?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a ton.
Yeah,
of
he's got a ton of stuff there. Yeah.
Fucking killer.
Well,
It's actually decent
and he
food,
lets you
too.
touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
no, the
touch the
food's
shit.
good. Yeah.
I mean, the props that they had on stage, have you been there? You can actually touch these props that they had on.
Well, there's nobody in there half the time.
No,
so-
there's not.
Yeah, every time I've been there, there's like nobody.
Oh, really? I was there. Well, they were doing a Jaguar promotion, so it was packed. But
Yeah.
Jesus, what is the name of that album?
Power Slave?
Power Slave. Jesus.
Just guessed one.
I'm getting old.
All right, so in the comments we have Conjuring from the Hellfire Club. He says that Slayer was the tattoo that planet.
Huh?
I don't know.
Where are you
Slayer was that tattoo that planet. I'm literally reading what he typed out.
Okay, he's Irish, so
He said Pantera dropped off due to 9/11. He said I've seen Slayer many times since the 80s. That was Lisa, and then Priest first time in the Point of Entry tour.
Holy shit.
Van Halen in the early 80s and Queen in 77. Ozzy with Randy twice. My first show ever was Anthrax and Ozzy. So that was at the USF Sundome back in like 88, I think. Yeah. But,
Yeah, I never got to see Ozzy with Randy. First one I saw was J.K. Lee, Bark on the Moon.
yeah, that was when I saw him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy wasn't.
I had a chance to go to that, but I was pretty young with the Blizzard Vaz shit, and I wish I went.
Yeah.
It sucked.
and of course, Savatage. I think I saw them open for Megadeth. I want to say for Megadeth.
That was the first tour I ever did with a band I was in Jersey. I went with Sabotage down the coast, and they were at Hall of
What was the name of your band?
Back then, it was a Jersey band I joined. It was called
Bon Jovi.
This is where I smash a beer can on Jason's.
It's called Bon Bradley.
Yeah, it was a tribute.
It's called
to Bon Jovi.
Infuriated.
Must be killed.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It wasn't my band. I was a fill-in guitar player, but yeah, we went down with Sabotage. It was pretty cool. And I went back up the coast with Tony McAlpine.
Sick.
Yeah, I got to watch him play guitar every night. That was like free guitar lessons all night. That dude was fucking nasty.
Tony McAlpine, man, I was a fan of his in high school and bought the albums at this place called Underground Records in Huntsville, Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Was that one he had, Insanity or something?
I can't. I think that is the name of it. But then he was also in Project Driver or Driver Project.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So when I was going over to the death practices for the Scream Bloody Gore tour and them practicing to record Leprosy, one day, I used to drive. I drive from Lakeland, drive to Brandon, pick up Terry and Billy sometimes, and then drive to Altamont Springs. I didn't care. I was just hanging out with my friends. And one time we were there, and I drove them, and Chuck goes, "Hey, I know you're driving them. Would you mind if we went to this music store here in Orlando?" And I said, "Sure." And he goes, "Yeah, I'd like to go see my buddy Tony McAlpine." And in my head, once again, I'm like, "Holy shit!" Holy. And shredding guitarist.
Oh, he was killer.
And he just played like he canceled the Mug. Matter of fact, last year, I guess he heard about the hole in the ceiling, and and how it rained down when Nasty Savage played, and they had to mosh around the rain puddle. And so I went to the music store with him. He was doing a live music store appearance with his band, and it was fucking killer, man. We walk in the back door, and Chuck was very cordial with me, contrary to what people would say. He was a very nice dude. I'd never worked with him. There's controversy on.
There's gonna be more controversy soon when that book comes out.
So, but he was hard on his. From what I understand, he was never hard on me or in front of me to the guys, But anyways, so we go in, Tony McAlpine's there, and he goes, "Chuck, what's going on?" I guess he had met him in California when he lived out there. And he goes, "Yeah, this is my new band members from Massacre. This is Terry." And he introduced Billy and them. And he goes, "Oh, awesome." And he goes, "And this is our good friend Dave." And Tony goes, "What's going on, Dave? Any friend of Chuck's is a friend of mine." Once again, I'm not old enough to drink, but he goes, "I got a keg over there. You can have all the beer you want, and there's food." And I'm like, "Okay."
That's the way it was in the 80s.
It was awesome,
You
man.
were drinking by 12. Come on.
So, anyways, Tony McAlpine's story with that.
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
Brad, Lisa wants to know if you know Jimmy Bell.
Jimmy Bell.
That rings a
Any
bell.
more content? That kind of rings a bell. No. Any
So-
more content? I don't know who that is.
He used to hang around with Mo Black back in the day.
Well, black.
So, Joe, what was the favorite, your most memorable and favorite concert, Joe?
Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode.
He is probably a
I
Barry
actually
Manilow.
did see them once, though.
Quarter Flash.
Yeah, I don't know much about metal, and I never really been to metal concerts until you guys started dragging me around. But
We forced them to go.
my probably top three would be Neil Diamond, Billy Joel, and Bon Jovi. Not together, but those three
You're
that
on mute.
Cool.
I've been to many of them together
Killer.
over the years. Yeah.
That's a New York thing, apparently.
Yep.
My sister's a huge Neil Diamond fan.
Oh, amazing. You can't.
I heard it was amazing.
You can't.
Actually.
You can't have a guy that has over like 80 studio albums.
He was
of
a
originals.
hard rocker back in the day, man.
He had over
Neil
80,
Diamond
80
was.
individual albums with like 18 songs per, like of all originals. So that's like a that's
I got one guy that
That's like-
puts that to toast.
okay.
Fucking Frank Zappa, dude.
Okay. Yeah.
Think about
No-
that.
no-
He
no
has
joke, yeah.
so much shit.
Yeah.
Frank Zappa, they're still putting stuff out of his, man. How in the fuck did he have that much shit?
They're digging it up somehow.
It's crazy. It's like 100 and something records.
Yeah.
It's like coming out, it's like plants growing out of his grave.
So you like Neil
They're
Diamond?
digging them up.
Right?
Can't play no more though. He's got Parkinson's. But I saw him probably 3 or 4 times. I've seen Billy Joel maybe 10 or 12 times, and Bon Jovi probably maybe 8 or 10 times.
Well,
Yeah.
Kyle from Nasty Savage is in the show. Hey.
Hey, dude.
Oh,
He wants to know how drunk Drew is tonight.
I mean, I'm hanging in there. I do have to pee again.
He's a 3 out of 10.
what's Kyle's favorite show?
Kyle, what is your favorite show you've ever seen? Favorite
He was
concert?
just at a concert. He was posted on socials.
Well, he is going to shows now with his family.
Yeah.
But I mean,
The Wiggles.
you guys.
Kendrick
talk
Lamar.
Kyle IP.
Is drooping in a mug or like a cup?
Not
or
tonight.
No,
not tonight.
sir.
I probably
Okay.
should. That would keep me at my seat.
No,
you
Joe, don't give him a cup.
It'd probably fit in the straw, right?
Ah, good one.
Wah, wah.
That would be a cool invention, though. Invent teacups.
It'd be something like space men. Does it wrap around their penis? Suck it out. I don't know.
No,
Right into the
Kyle,
get
your
it.
not your favorite TV show, Kyle. Your favorite like concert show that you've ever seen,
Mod
like your
Squad.
band.
Oh.
We've been going around
He's
the
up
loop.
in Canada right now.
Yeah, he's doing a trip with the fam.
Last week he was in West Virginia. Now he's in Canada.
So,
Nice.
Conjurings of Hellfire Club said its favorite concerts are Slayer 2001,
Hell yeah.
Obituary 2012,
Hell yeah.
Godflesh 2022, and Imperior 2024 or
Emperor.
Emperor 2024.
Emperor.
Sorry, I'm trying to read from far
Billy
away.
Joel.
And Billy Joel.
And Billy Joel.
I will say I did see my first concert was Bon Jovi, and I thought it was cool for a 5-year-old.
What's the matter, man? No one likes the Bee Gees around here.
But that was also in 1990 when, he could still bop around the stage when he was shot out of the floor from a trap door. Yeah.
Well, that was the era of the 80s when, you see them in the magazines, all the guys in there that have super tight pants on, and the girls will be like looking at their wieners poking out, that sort of thing.
Hold on.
Oh, shit.
Social.
That's the new, whenever he says wiener or poop, I'm going to ring that and everyone has to drink.
Oh, man.
Social, everyone. Drink up.
I don't even have a beer.
Find
the-
one.
at the end of
You
this
said the
show-
key word.
At the end of this show, I'm
Are you
glad
trying
I-
to show your wiener, Drew?
There's plenty.
Yeah, your belt's right there.
Man, it's past my bedtime.
Hey, Joe, while you're down there,
It is past your-
knees.
something light, Joe. I don't need anything heavy, man.
Oh, give him one of
A black and tan would be perfect.
chill pills.
I'll drink a chill pill. That's super light, yeah.
Are you
Chill pill's good, yeah.
changing shirts every time you pee?
No, it's the same one.
Thanks, dude. Chill
I just got one. I'm good.
No.
I still want to know who this Jimmy Bell guy is.
So Lisa followed up. She said, where was it? Tony used to go see Jimmy Bell all the time. That's all she said.
I don't know.
Tony McAlpine. Oh, so Conjurings from the Hellfire Club says Tony McAlpine is quality. Got turned on to him by the guitarist of Acid Age. And Lisa said Tony used to go see Jimmy Bell all the time.
Acid
So
Age
it's-
an Irish band.
Oh, okay.
Asian Irish.
Mars.
Okay.
Project Drive. That's what that was called, Mars.
So Adrian, or Hellfire Club, he does a segment on Thursday nights on Metal Messiah Radio around 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And it's all Irish
Okay.
music, metal, from hard rock to metal.
That's got to be
All
fun.
Irish.
He
So
wants
it's all
to,
different.
Hellfire Club wants to know if there's any
From what we
tasty
know.
American stouts that are worth drinking.
Yeah.
Drew.
American stouts. I mean, we have a ton of local breweries here in Tampa that do stouts that are awesome.
Yeah, but I don't know if he can get them like over there.
I don't know. I mean,
I like that Samuel Smith organic chocolate stout.
His brother
That's
lives
killer.
in Jacksonville, too.
I would say
Oh,
these
okay.
the old Dirty Bastards. They're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
If you can find them over
There's one
there.
up here on the wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Founders.
Founders. They make
Founders
good
Dirty
stouts.
Bastard.
Yep.
There's
He had a couple of
for
peanut
you.
butter chocolate ones.
Perfect for this room.
Operation Status Quo is in the house.
Oh, Pete, what's up,
Pete,
dude?
what's up, Pete?
What up?
Pete, where we at open mic the other night,
Said it
man?
was,
We missed you,
He
dude.
says it's an honor to meet Pajama Joe a few weeks back.
Whoa.
Yeah, he met Pajama Joe in person. He didn't even have to pay for it. So.
person.
Yeah.
And he signed his
Didn't even have
chest.
to pay for an autograph.
I think he did sign his chest, didn't he?
He did. I believe so. Yeah.
I've signed many a boob.
Not all in women.
Yeah.
And he's
Okay.
courteous. He signs above the nipple.
Yeah.
It's true.
Just sign it
Sometimes he does a
around.
little smiley face on the nipple, but it's fine.
Yeah, with Pajama Joe, you can definitely go around the nipple.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Use it as the dot on the J.
I signed my own chest some
And
for
he does a little sound effect too when he does like he's like. like that. You know?
So when you sign others because you practice in the mirror, you're going to do it backwards.
That's the satanic version, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that Pajama Joe.
You know, I had a life before I got a name Pajama.
No.
Well, now it's PJ. It's also now PJ.
Don't say that.
Where does the name come from?
Because I live across the street, so when he would have the show and I work from home, I didn't bother getting dressed. I would just walk across the street.
Gotcha.
And I would wear pajama pants because I never bother getting dressed if I work from home. So I just walk across the street.
Yeah,
and then
Pajama
just,
Zone.
He
every
would
day.
mow the yard because
Now-
he mows a lot of the yards on our block, and he would literally just be riding his riding lawnmower in pajamas.
We would say,
What?
Joe, your nipples, cover them up.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
Really?
they've been out enough.
Photoshop or not?
Yes.
Jesus.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
that's not
went
me.
to the guy's page and I'm like, that's got to be fake.
Oh,
Yeah.
And he did the same thing to like his brother in a photo, and you could tell in other photos that it's photoshopped.
Why did you go
But
to his
it's
page?
his shtick. Because I'm like, that's gotta be
She's
photoshopped.
interested in big areolas.
No, I'm like, that has gotta be
Everybody
photoshopped.
has a fetish, all right?
Yeah,
I love them
I-
dinner plates.
This
Yeah.
is a judge-free zone.
It's the male areola that gets.
The only thing you're missing from that photo is kitty cats like drinking the milk coming out of it. You know.
Yeah, I had to confirm that it was photoshopped.
It's the maleola.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dave, how much time do you got with us? How much time do you got?
2 hours. Right?
he's locked in.
He'll stay.
It's officially
stay as long as we want.
9:30.
I'm
okay?
drunk, so
It's 9:30. We just
He's
want to
just
make sure
like-
you're good. 'Cause
you
our
have a
next-
house guest for the
Off
rest
the
of the
one
night.
Pilsner or the
Yeah,
4.2?
You're not supposed to say that out loud.
4.2 times 10 balls.
I've been drinking every time he said wiener, so
All right, before we leave tonight, then we need to get a group photo, okay?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah,
We need a
absolutely.
new. We need my new cover photo, so everybody get it.
oh, go
As
to
long as
commercial.
Simon takes it.
we all have a really
Go
cool shirt.
commercial.
that
Go
says
to
the
commercial. Boop, doop.
We don't have enough sponsors to do more than one commercial per show.
Yeah. Although that sponsorship is coming back up, so we gotta hope we get a renewal, Joe.
Yeah.
We'll get one.
In,
All right.
in case any of you guys have a business that you want to plug on the show, you know, we're open to taking your money.
Yeah,
It'll be great, and we can Photoshop your nipples.
Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of
Very
plugs,
true.
where's Joe's butt
I
plug?
paid in advance. I brought
Not
all this
mine, but it's
beer.
right there.
That's true.
Hey,
You did.
Josh, grab that.
I'll send
Yeah,
you.
no, I'm
I'll
good.
send you one when we do the Tampa Museum of Metal. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
We did
That's what you
drink. We did do a museum of metal beer.
Oh, I brought more.
yeah.
I have more for you. too.
Josh is drinking it right now,
Perfect.
actually.
Yes, he is.
What do you think?
Oh, I've had it.
Oh,
Yeah.
what do
I
you
think
think?
everybody
He likes
here
it.
has had it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If I can say real quick, the Tampa Bay Museum of Metal is just fucking awesome, man. That's the best thing. So thank you for bringing that, Dave. That's awesome, man. I love it.
Dave and Tim
Dude.
in the Hizzle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing that together.
You
Everybody
guys
in
and
that.
all your
It's-
metal, it's like a love fest.
It really is, though,
You think
man.
with all this
It's-
metal and death and everything, you guys would hate each other and like,
No.
eh.
See,
No,
that's
you
why-
guys love each other.
That's what everybody
I know.
doesn't
It's-
understand about it. It's a fucking community, man.
I guess so.
I just talked
It
to
is.
somebody. I don't know who it was. Somebody that's not related to metal. They said
Joe's
I
wife.
I went to when I was at Metallica. There were so many rude people there, but then I go to a death metal show and everybody's so nice.
Everybody's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know,
That's because there wasn't metalheads at Metallica. They were a bunch of fucking posers.
Yeah.
All right, look.
Let's hear this, dude.
I
Yeah,
think they
no.
were watching.
No, I
SLC
almost did
Punk.
get in a fight with these fucking Christian dudes outside. These
Oh, I
cocksucking
saw that.
I
motherfuckers.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Turn
dude.
burn, Josh.
We
Turn
were
burn.
all-
Literally was fucking this close
We
to
were
killing
all
this guy.
angry with you
I was
guys.
angry with you,
Yes.
too.
He turned into a fucking pedophile.
Yeah.
He's talking shit about Skylar, and at this point, I'm like,
no.
I would have
oh,
killed
it
him.
got
Game over, man.
dude. Of course, that's what you think, but then
Yeah.
you're like, you're not going to the show now. You're going to get arrested. You're going to ruin
Yeah.
everybody's fucking night.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to take it and be like,
So-
you hear this fucking guy? He's an asshole.
So
That's it. Just leave it at that.
the real person that was evil was that dude.
Yeah.
He was fucking crazy, dude.
No, no doubt, dude. No
When I
doubt,
was
dude.
walking up one of those people, I'll just leave it at that, said, if you go in there, you're going to worship Satan. And I was stopped and I looked at him seriously and I go,
Hail Satan.
maybe. I said, maybe, but it's Metallica, so I don't think so.
What are you doing here?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they talk.
It's Metallica.
They never have. That's why they got so big. You think about it. If you look at like in '83, right? Metallica, Merciful Fate, Slayer. The other two completely satanic, and Metallica never went that way.
It's because his mother was a witch.
Yeah, and she was burnt alive.
That's a cover.
Yeah.
They're Master of the Puppets. That's devil.
Oh, that was another great show I saw. Was King Diamond on the Abigail.
King Diamond.
tour.
King
King
Yes.
I bet that was awesome.
I
They
always
did,
forget
you know,
about adding King Diamond or Merciful Fate when that question's brought up. And man, what a great! That was with Annie LaRoche and fucking.
I never got the.
That's a great show, though.
DB
It is.
playing drums.
That's just a show that you're watching. With Slayer, to me, like I'm going,
You're in it.
I'm
You're in
losing
it.
my
Yeah.
mind.
Right.
Oh yeah, no,
You know, obviously,
but
to help him out though, real quick.
I need all the help I can
Listen, how you look at metal and there's so many. You look at it like this. It's a fantasy, right? You watch horror films. Do you watch
Sometimes.
movies at all?
I used to, yeah.
Do you watch movies at all? Do
And
you
he
do
got
anything with
married.
you sitting
Yeah.
at home in your pajamas? All right, look. That's what it's like. You
Get a
ever
little
read
zugga,
comics?
zugga, zugga, zugga.
You ever read comic books? You ever? That's all it is.
You
man.
ever masturbate?
Yeah. As far as the
Fantasy, Joe.
lyrics
Tuesday
go
nights.
and all that, that's up to you to take that how you want. But it's about the music.
Yeah.
Most metalheads don't even know the fucking lyrics half the time. I guarantee you
I
that.
can't even understand
Especially if
what
it's
they're saying
deicide.
most of the
I,
time.
I've forgotten most of them.
Well, it's
Well,
funny.
that's what I was saying about like metal, and I can't understand the lyrics. But that, like I was explaining to Joe's wife, because she's like, I just don't like it because I can't understand the words. And I said, the way I appreciate metal music, because I can't understand the lyrics to even know what the hell they're talking about, is I listen to the instrumental side of it to appreciate how hard it is to play the drums, the guitars, and even the vocals. I can't understand what they're saying, but the notes they're hitting, and just like you were saying, everyone, it's a community. Everyone there is having such a great time. No one's being dicks around. It's the experience as a whole. It's not listening to the words and understanding what they're saying. It's just the whole thing wrapped up is how I appreciate.
I remember
going to a metal show.
an interview with Glenn Benton where he said, "I don't know half my lyrics."
Well, when people say,
The lyrics doesn't matter. Right?
I think
You
Tom
could
said
ask
the
that
same
for
thing,
John
right?
Tardy.
dude, when you say I can't understand what he's saying, are you fucking kidding? Right? Listen to most music, anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, like rap half the time. What the
listen
fuck
to
is he
that.
saying?
Yeah.
Or what are they meaning? Wang Chung? I mean, what? Look at a lot of this shit, man. You just kind of like sing along sometimes,
everybody's
and
got a Wang
if you
Chung
really
song.
fucking think about what the guy's saying,
He
what the
said he
fuck?
Wang Chungs all the time.
But that's what I think about with death metal,
It's
like
Chung
vocalists.
Wang.
You
Oh,
know,
wow.
it's like that shit's hard to do. A lot of people,
Oh, yeah,
anybody
for
can
sure.
fucking do that. Bullshit.
No,
Right.
it's tough.
No, anybody cannot do that.
You gotta,
That's-
you appreciate it for the craft. You
Yeah.
like as she says, for the musicianship. You
Well,
know?
death metal has some of
Yeah.
the best musicians in the world.
Yeah.
You know, period. I mean,
Lisa says she was the main contact person for King Diamond for their gear.
Nice.
Oh shit.
And Josh, nice job on the cover songs, by the way, dude.
Yeah,
That's the
dude.
best part.
I
So,
mean-
that's Merciful Fate. Sorry, yeah.
I
That
did
was
not
great.
realize that was you when we
Yeah,
saw
that
the
was
photo.
fucking
We thought it was
weird.
Patrick, dude.
I
yeah.
thought it was Patrick at first.
Just because of the look. That was,
Yeah, that caught me off guard too. I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
I shouldn't have went with that makeup. I went with the really old makeup.
That was
It is-
pretty. That was
great.
pretty
Killer,
damn
though,
good
dude.
makeup,
But-
though.
Yeah, we had
was-
two
that was-
practices. Yeah, it was. I didn't get time to warm up either. It was a pretty rough one, but it worked out. It was
It
better than I
worked
thought it
out.
was
I'll tell
going to
you
be.
what,
Yeah.
that takes balls to step up and do something like that.
Yeah, we're
'Cause
trying
that's
to
a
do-
very distinctive.
We're trying to do more shows actually right now. Where we had several
Right.
offers after that.
Oh yeah.
Somebody contacted me. I don't want to say who, but from Germany, and he's like, "Dude, if I can get Michael Denner
Frank Hoodbinger.
to do something with you, I'll bring you over here."
You're like,
Fuck.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding?
in your head, in your
really.
head,
That's
you're
crazy.
going,
Yeah, exactly. I was like, yeah, cool, man.
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
I'll think about
I'll
it.
check my schedule.
Have your people call my
But no,
people.
Michael Denner has a band. And it's,
you have to
it's
fly me
terrible. The
over
guy does
and-
not sing
I'll
that
tell you,
great.
when they put that Sherman Denner album out.
Yeah.
That was fucking killer. Like
good.
I was really
Yeah.
hoping they would have like done something with that, but they they did like a one and out on that, which was a shame. 'cause
It didn't
that
get
album
good
was really-
reviews overall. That's
That
why.
album was
Speaking of
was good,
Josh,
man.
his band Grave Rot needs to
Oh.
be fucking signed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Well, you're an amazing drummer, though, dude. That's I love hearing. Well, you're playing drums and singing at the same time. That's
Which
not
I've
something
never
that most
seen that
people
before.
can
That
do.
was so awesome.
Hey Josh, we're a couple money makers here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so let me ask
Shit,
you,
that's good stuff.
The only thing
Josh,
I don't like in the metal world, and I'm gonna, I got to say this,
What?
is the pile of sticks logos.
I agree, but
I cannot stand it.
that was done in the 80s and then overdone in the 90s. Maybe even overdone in the 2000s. Like it got overboard. Now it's crazy overboard, but It used to be cool. I used to appreciate it back in the day, but
was never
now it's
cool.
crazy. Back in the day, I saw it's like a font, and you're like, okay, that's, all right. And
Who is this band? I'll never know who it
But
is.
then every band started doing it, and then obviously as I got older, I'm like,
Don't know what to
as a
look up.
business person, the marketing sucks because
You can't market
you
that.
can't market yourself
No.
with people not knowing what your name is.
You
I think-
better have a badass logo
But-
if you have that kind of name.
well, that's
And I have seen some badass bands, then you can't read their logo, so I won't buy a shirt. I won't buy anything.
Yeah.
it's weird.
We did a death metal logo shirt that we actually brought out
Yeah.
to that show,
Yeah.
but it's the mandatory Floridian death metal logo shirt.
Yeah.
It was like a
I get
joke,
the argument
basically.
that bands that do it are like, well, we're not in it for the money, we're not sell out. Okay, but I don't care what band you're in. Your band is a business,
Yeah, it
and
is.
you need to promote your band. You need to market your band. To do that is just kind of a, in my opinion, just you're.
Who's
Need to-
playing Friday night? I don't know. I can't read their logo.
Yeah,
But making money is not a sellout at all. I mean, money's not the most important thing, but it ranks up there with oxygen. You need to live. Try not paying your mortgage or rent for a couple months.
Or breathing.
You know, so I mean,
Yeah.
I think if you're in a band, you want to make money. So to your point, though, marketing is important. So, I mean, if that's a micro niche
go.
that people like and it's making you money, getting you far. I'll say this when it comes to marketing: you don't have to be Bon Jovi, right? Like we were talking about. You can be Must Not Kill Us, but you don't have to be like some
Yeah, but Bon Jovi's doesn't have to get up on Saturday and work his shift at Target.
Well, you're right, but even further to that point, though, if you know who your audience is, you know where to find them, you know what message to put out there to them and attract them. Nowadays, with the internet, there's an audience for everybody. You can do whatever you want. My long-term mentor does Celtic metal. Her name is Leah. You would never know who she is. People are like, well, how do you make six figures with your albums? I've never heard of you before. Well, do you like Celtic metal? Do you like Lord of the Rings? Do you like
I've
it?
never heard of it.
No, I don't know who those are. No, well, that's why. Because she knows her market, right? So this is the bottom line. You know your market. You know where they hang out at. So you advertise specifically to that market, and that's how you build.
Well, let me ask you this. If you are marketing a band, let's say Jason Stallworth, you're in charge of social media for XYZ band,
Joe Band.
Joe Band.
Can they play Jason Stallworth music at Odyssey?
Yep, they could, I guess.
I mean,
Are you?
Honestly,
Here's the thing. All right, you have
2000.
you have a logo, and then you have the band name.
Okay.
All right, Target is known for their Target logo.
It's Target.
Okay, and then you have their name
That's
Target.
French.
So bands, I don't know, like Marilyn Manson for a little bit got known for his logo, like because he
His
stopped
or her.
using the Marilyn Manson. He's got known by a logo. You know, I don't see bands doing that.
You should use
and
Prince
I think
as an example.
well,
not
Prince
Marilyn
too, yeah,
Manson.
Prince too, but Prince too, okay. But the both kind of had like a logo to where this is us. This means me. That's what maybe that's an idea for bands in the future, or
Well, Typo Negative did it.
Typo Negative.
Yeah.
What
okay.
did Prince do?
Well, the
He
one
changed it
artist.
back
He did eventually, yeah.
because he knew it was
It didn't
not a
work,
good
yeah.
move.
I don't
Yeah,
know
but-
that logo is the most important thing, though. I mean,
I'm not.
If you look at Nike,
I'm not going to go. Damn, I can't read that logo. I got to find out who that is. But if I see something like,
Well,
oh,
in the
let's use a
day
band.
of, in the day,
Obituary, God, that looks badass.
right.
I got to go check them out.
But even
It's got to
Obituary,
be fucking heavy.
Obituary has
You
a
know.
website to this day.
Grave rot?
You know.
Fuck yeah.
Let's say bands in the future, when they release an album, let's say Jason, you put an album out and you have 11 songs in your album. Song number 9 is a 15-second jingle from inlawwetrust.com.
Okay.
And he paid for your fucking album.
Okay, that's good. I like that. I like
Is
where
that
we're going
the
with
future of music? Because, okay, this is somebody that is investing in your music. They paid for your album. It's 15 seconds.
It is now.
In a fucking 15-song album to where that's the way bands are going to have to go.
If,
Are you
could-
pitching Jason for his next album?
Maybe.
But every
I'm putting this
song-
Are you
together.
offering him something?
Putting this together.
Every video you watch on YouTube's got a fucking advertisement before you watch
And
it
it's
anyway.
annoying as shit.
It's not out of the realm of
I think fans
possibility,
would
you
throw
know?
that right in the garbage.
You think?
I think so. I would.
What if it was a Toymented ad?
I wouldn't do it.
No?
It's disrespectful.
Toymented, come here.
If it's hidden in there backwards,
Whatever.
and then they're getting it, then yeah, okay.
Subliminally.
What if it's a 3 second
No,
ad?
yeah.
What if it's 3
Yeah.
seconds?
Let me
3
ask-
seconds, Josh.
The Don
Nah.
King.
Then they went into their
If
next
they want to
fucking
sing
album.
about my store and what we do, that's
Okay,
cool.
maybe that's an idea.
That, yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's ask the question.
Kind of
though.
like, kind of like your Drinking with Drew song.
Or Toymented.
Yeah.
Is the ad relevant to
I
your
did that
music?
once.
So that would be the first
I
question
didn't-
I would ask. Is it relevant to it?
Who cares?
No, he's just saying an ad period.
Well, no, but to your point, the fans would care. So
Maybe.
I think they would.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. So
is
you
a
don't want a
15
water
second-
bottle company
Right.
talking about your
Hey,
company.
can you make a country song for me? You don't want that on your metal album,
No,
right?
you're
So
trying to sell a
it's gotta
chair, and
be-
you're like, the comfiest chair in the world.
So I think
I
the
get it.
brands have to align and match a little
David
bit,
Vincent
right?
might.
If you're going to go that route.
Yeah. Look at my gothic chair.
I wrote a song for a podcast once.
I think you and I both did.
I don't think I made any money on
But they
it.
skip my solos. Yeah.
I think I will have to cruise soon.
T-Dog says we
no,
need to
don't.
get Glenn from Deicide on the show, so let's you come on the show and let's make that happen. We'll do a Glenn and T-Dog show.
Oh yeah, man.
And
I'd
he
love
can
to.
come and he can autograph your little thing on the wall over there.
Who are you talking to?
In the comments.
Talking to the red lights up there?
Yeah.
The red dots.
You
The red
and
dots.
Glenn Benton come to the show.
Yeah.
So can I say something?
Sure.
Tomorrow night, Taylor Nordberg, speaking of Deicide and Inhuman Condition,
Okay.
is my guest
Oh,
interview.
very sweet. I was actually going to
Seven.
talk to you about that. Cool.
7 p.m. And I've already recorded it. I like breaking down my interviews and playing songs around what we talk about.
Right.
So, and it goes through his catalog, his history. He's got
Yeah.
a lot of bands that he's been in and still a part of. And yeah, Inhuman Condition album comes out, and they do an in-store this Saturday, actually,
Were
in
you
Spring Hill.
Okay.
At Rocket Records that has a history with Deicide. The owner does.
Give
And,
some background into Inhuman Condition, because I love.
listen to my show tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean,
I'll
that's
listen to it, dude.
fair enough. But
Bam.
I'll put it on YouTube
That's
later
how you get
too.
viewers.
So. And,
Yeah.
But
amazing
also,
band.
and in 1 week I have Dwayne Allen from Church of Disgust. Church of Disgust is originally from Texas, but Dwayne is from Tampa. He's been in several bands,
Okay.
and he'll be on a week from Wednesday. And
Perfect.
Can you plug your show and how do people access it?
MetalMessiahRadio.com.
Yep.
You guys
And
got that?
pretty soon I'm gonna have it up on. I'm gonna put it up on Tampa Bay Museum. People ask me all the time, how can I listen to your show with the music?
Yeah.
And then some don't want the music, so that's YouTube. I can't put it up there anyways.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, we run into that too with copyright bullshit, but I mean.
But
yeah,
I'm gonna
so
put it on the website, and it'll be easy. Be done.
MetalMessiahRadio.com.
And don't forget, Tampa Bay Museum of Metal.com. And my show on Metal Messiah Radio is Death Metal Dave. In your face.
In your face. Yes, very cool.
I love it, dude.
I want to do another one of
Josh
these
has been
beers.
on there.
Now, you have people call in, but you also have people in studio.
Brad, did you ever come on my show? Audio?
No, you never invited me, and I'm sorry.
Shit.
You've only been in the scene for 20 plus years.
I think you need to invite him now, or this show is going to get real awkward real fast.
Yeah. Where's the whiskey at, guys?
Well,
Is there
I mean,
whiskey?
yeah,
There is
we'll
whiskey.
have to
Plenty.
do it. We got to do it.
We got it in the freezer over here.
We
and the
gotta do
freezer
it,
over
Brad.
there, and-
Yeah,
I
man,
think we
let's do
all moved it in the fridge. I don't think there's any out here.
No, it's in the freezer in the garage.
I don't want
and the
any. I just
freezer in
want it
the
for these
house.
guys.
It's not fancy like this video stuff.
I don't
Like
Maybe one day.
Applebee's.
Joe, if you want to grab it, you can.
Hey,
I
Brad,
think he's
look
just
fancy to you.
joking.
I have the face for radio, so.
Hey, I got the same one.
Me too.
It's up to you, bro. I mean, do you want to do a shot of whiskey?
Oh, no,
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 I'm
no,
just fucking
no,
with you.
no, no.
Okay, I didn't know if you did.
Jason's
They're all wanting to
That's my bad
recreate.
idea.
Jason's just trying to poke the bear.
He's like dead serious.
I'm instigating. Sorry, guys.
Say goodnight,
way.
Drew.
I don't want just a shot. No,
You want to see this again?
I want the whole bottle.
if it was a,
What's the music playing in the
I
background?
don't know. What is that, everybody? This has been another episode of the Drinking That.
Learning and playing
That was an
into
ad.
Oh, where we gotta find the ad? Hang on.
Oh my
He's got like
gosh.
87 tabs open.
I do.
He
I
does.
seriously
It's
do.
so annoying.
Because we were doing Buder,
Oh my
we
god, there
were
it is right
doing
there. You just
Buderbangs.
had it.
Was
Put
that
it in.
You go back to the other tab you were just on.
I mean, I just
What?
put it in.
Boot them all.
No,
No.
did you close it out?
Yeah, I closed it out.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
Go back to it.
Okay, we got that
Big
thing.
screen it.
All right, here we go.
That's it.
So goodbye,
Everybody.
everybody. Goodbye, everybody.
That's
I
great.
love it, dude. That's fucking.
So is that the end?
No, we're not leaving. No.
Oh, I'm
No,
leaving.
We're
Oh
just,
yeah, I thought we were heading and we were
No,
wrapping
we're
it
not.
up.
No, we're
Well,
not
he-
wrapping it up.
He wants to take the picture so he can leave.
Yeah, we do
Dave,
want to
I-
take
yes.
a picture.
Dave, I just got a text from your company. Said you were off tomorrow here. I don't know if that's. There we
That's
go.
a lie.
Jason's our HR
I'm
person.
the
Your,
HR.
your
All right.
federal holiday starts a day early.
Everybody that's watching
It's
live,
Thursday.
give us a minute and a half. We're gonna do a
minute and a
photo.
half?
We're gonna do a photo of
Wait a second.
everybody. So we're gonna keep rolling while we do that.
Why don't you switch to camera 3 and
Hey, everybody go
watch us
take a
do the
piss
photo.
while we do
Yeah,
this.
take a piss. Do what you
Yeah,
gotta
give
do.
us a 5-minute break, y'all.
We're
Can
gonna
you
take a
stop
quick
recording
Go
photo.
make a
and come back?
sandwich.
No, we're not.
No, we're
stopping
gonna keep
for
you
it.
going.
No, put
what
that
is
up
it?
there with your.
Go make a sandwich for tomorrow's work.
Yeah.
Right.
We're gonna be right back. We're gonna go. Dave's leaving, and then we're gonna take a group photo, and then we're gonna be
And
right
a piss
back.
break.
Yeah, take a pee break, relax.
time.
It's all good.
Dave's leaving, and then we're gonna take the group photo. Is that what you said?
Hang tight. We'll be right back.
I do have the face for radio.
Here, you need that.
Oh,
What camera are you on? No, switch cameras. So we're.
Which one am I on?
Josh's camera on. It's right in the middle.
Yeah, but that's like at everyone's midsection.
hey, do y'all have
Yeah.
empty monkey knot or empty?
Yeah, I saved one right there.
Cool, cool.
You want me to go wash it?
We're gonna do camera
Yeah, I wanna
6.
take-
That's
I
what we're
just-
gonna do.
One of each.
Yes.
Okay, I'll wash them out.
Thank you.
Jason, where's Jason's beer? Monkey one. Alright, we're gonna wash it out. He wants the empties.
here, Joe. Don't go anywhere yet.
I know, but afterwards I want to go wash.
Here, I'll leave these
Oh, thank you.
stickers.
All right.
Okay. Oh wait, I thought I was taking it. Okay.
You're in the photo.
You're in the photo.
You're in the photo. All right. Nope.
No, not that photo.
Not that photo. That's my balls. Hang on.
Oh my god.
All right.
What do you do? Where's Joe? What is
Joe,
Joe?
yeah. Where was that? 1, 2, 3. Where's Death Metal Dave at?
He's in the back.
Way back. He can't see because the red light's blinding him.
Can we come up further? Like you guys love each other?
Is that the red light?
Simon, you gotta scoot your boot.
Like I want you to feel your pecker behind Joe.
Simon wants to be in the picture. He's like literally in the middle of this.
All right. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Oh,
That's okay.
Oh!
everybody! He said wiener.
He did.
He said wiener, everyone.
Let me go wash these out for him.
Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow. See you later.
See ya. Thanks for coming all the way out.
Hey.
The beer's for y'all. Thanks, man.
Oh, wait,
I need my cooler.
Oh yeah, don't forget
Yeah,
that.
don't forget
I need
that.
it for this weekend. I'm going to Atlanta.
Nice, nice.
Daughter and grandkids. Oh wait, there's more beer. Take it all.
Everybody take your pee break.
Yeah, you should get a couple right there, but yeah. Damn. Yeah. You brought a bunch.
What about
Yeah, it might fit in there.
Oh man, that's a long movie.
Did you try that one yet?
Yeah, I
I've had several.
Oh, you did? Yeah, we'll have to have you on, man.
Oh, definitely.
I thought we had y'all on years ago. Remember that little studio? Did you go to it down in south of Sarasota?
We're still live.
You guys good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. That was down there. I went with you. I think. We all interviewed at the same time.
We are still live at the Drinking with Drew show.
Fridge, that's full.
We'll be back in about 23 seconds.
Joe, you want to take it out to the garage?
I'll put them somewhere, yeah.
Oh yeah, I want one of these.
Pajama Joe is washing out some cans.
Oh, sweet.
Death Metal Dave, he is leaving the scene. And people are taking pee-pee breaks.
That's the coffee one. You don't want the coffee one.
But we now have about 17 seconds left before we're back on.
Yeah.
Drew is slowly making his way back to his little console over there.
Rob from Seasons of the Wolf, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you wanted to come out. He's a really cool hang if you want to just talk about music in general.
Yeah, man. You know what? I do want to hook up with that dude because I talked to him a few times and
He's pretty much my best friend.
yeah.
So I could get. I mean, it'd be cool if we came and maybe.
And Josh is talking about Seasons of the Wolf.
Funny enough, man. I don't know if Jason wants to do it or you or whatever. We were talking about doing a Mekong Delta thing with Doug and his history with.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on 3 records. That shit's fun.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
And we were talking. Me and Jason were talking about doing it as a store, but I don't know if he would.
Early July, if we can do that. Early July, we can. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do it for sure.
I mean, people have been asking me because I remember we were talking about it. And like,
Let's. Yeah, I know we talked about it before I left for Thailand. So let's do that early July if we can.
it'd be cool to.
put it in the
I mean,
calendar.
to come over and talk about metal, like just
Just in
pull
general.
out some records and everybody's thoughts and first time they heard.
I'd love
like,
to do
kind of
that,
fun
dude,
stuff
yeah.
with Rob.
Shit. Thank God that was not open.
Talking to
Whew.
having Rob from Seasons of the
Yeah,
Wolf here.
they were cool people, man. I met everybody from that band, Rob, the singer, and everybody, and they were just all really cool people, man.
Yeah, Rob's
So
like my best friend. I've known him forever.
the guitarist.
Yeah, we'll get him on.
Oh, the singer Rob, yeah.
I call him Big
The-
Rob.
the
He was
blonde- the blonde-
450
the blonde.
pounds when I met him, but like, dude, but when he
Long blonde hair.
has
That.
one beer, he's fucking toast.
Yeah.
He's on a bunch of meds and stuff.
Oh
But
shit.
dude, we will talk about metal all fucking night.
Yeah.
You know,
He came out to Bootleggers a couple times. I've seen him a few
Yeah.
times. So
Yeah.
he's
He's an
a
awesome guy.
real cool dude, man. Yeah. I'd love to have him
Hell's
on.
Heroes together, me and him, a couple years ago. I couldn't believe his fucking wife let him go. It's crazy.
Man.
All right, guys, we are getting back in the studio. P break is done.
Break is done.
Dave has left the building.
Photographs are taken.
But Brad made it.
Yeah,
so
we got a good photo of the crew.
I still think this might.
Oh, is your mic still not working? Hang on.
Sit.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
our
man.
mic's got
There you
turned
go.
down.
Yeah.
Sheets.
There you go.
Yeah, I had to switch it when we had volume on the computer.
Don't mess with deaf people.
You want to switch up? You want to change? You want to switch up, or what do you want to do?
I want to sit next to my buddy here.
Okay, that's fine.
Got
You do
this.
We're
how
gonna hold
things-
this down. See, look
things
at that.
go,
Look at that.
man,
See that?
yeah.
Little fist bump.
Yeah, a little. Yeah.
We're close.
Little fist action.
It's all right.
It's bald headed.
Do you like the new lights in the studio?
I love it.
You can't even tell.
Where's Joe?
I can tell.
Probably banging Laura in the background. So.
Oh man. No. Did we go there?
Hey, what's up, Joe? How you doing?
Hey, you finished?
You're banging his wife?
Yeah, Joe's banging through his wife. What's,
Damn. First off, y'all married me immediately, and then
well, that's just what happens, you know.
Imaginary wife.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Joe's banging Drew's wife. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
me and Melissa
That's a new
aren't
headline.
technically married either, but
Oh,
me and Melissa aren't legally married either, but we've been together for 28 years.
oh, y'all aren't married?
28 years.
I thought y'all were married.
No, same last name.
See? Oh, not related, but same last name.
Did you
Yep.
meet
that
at
means
like,
y'all related, boy.
Yeah, somehow.
you met at a family reunion?
Oh,
or
that
it's kind of-
family tree looks like a broomstick.
Well, just make sure you guys have estate plans and wills. You have kids.
Right. Oh yeah, yeah, we're good there.
That's what's cool.
You're,
when
you're talking to a paralegal.
when you're
there,
broke,
so-
you don't have to worry about that shit, right? You know.
It's all right.
Were those lights on before?
Yes, Joe. They've been on all this.
No,
Oh,
these
these
ones
lights.
are
No,
not.
these, I turned, I
these
turned
are
those
on.
on when we took the
There
photos.
we
That's
go.
better.
You guys just have the one kid, right? That's doing the.
Two.
Josh.
They have two.
You have
Yeah,
two
two.
kids?
15 kids. They're Mormons, dude.
Oh, I have two
Oh.
kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
1,300 if you include his pops.
Yeah.
I think it's way more than that.
No, I don't. I
mine
don't
is-
collect pops.
No, you don't collect them, but
No,
you sell them.
in your
Oh, I
store,
got about
though.
8,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
8,000 pops. Yeah.
That's one thing I wish.
like my brother.
I
My
wish
brother's got a
people. I
shitload.
wish they made shelves that were like just
That
this
height.
deep, so that you could just do a single layer of pop, so that you could see everything, and you wouldn't have to
Right.
like
You guys have
Take-
3
spend
deep.
all day
You guys are
searching.
3 deep.
We used
you
to
guys
do
have
one.
so many.
We used to do one. We had the whole wall of
Yeah.
pops that we used to call it, and that other
pop-
side of
the
the
pop wall?
Yeah, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
But,
now you're
it
3
was-
deep. Do you get people that go in there and just dig?
There'll be people there sometimes for 4 or 5 hours.
Oh my
shit.
Yeah.
goodness!
But we have people regulars that come in that drive
You
from
should offer-
Miami and shit like that.
You should offer like beer Sundays.
we were
So-
we were
go
thinking
and
about
you
getting
get-
a license, but then
No, but I'm
that's a
saying
weird one.
free beer. If you sit there and you search for pops, so then you have drunk people searching for
Yeah,
pops.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you don't want them
Really
denting the
shit.
boxes though,
yeah.
like
dropping
you
the
gotta-
beer.
Yeah, ruining all the
We
merch.
really don't like to have
This
drinks
is
in
why
the store.
This is why I don't own a store that sells
Yeah.
pops.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
drunk people, come in.
That'd be a separate entity
Search for
altogether,
Pops.
right?
No, my kids would be Star Wars figures. That's probably what I have the most of, as far as me personally.
T-Dog, I am not smashed. I've had a few beers. I'm not nearly as bad as 2 weeks ago. I'm holding my
That's a high
own.
bar to put.
I'm holding my
Right.
own, so I'm feeling good, not smashed.
Where he allegedly threw up on the floor.
I did.
You know.
It's like this barf shirt I'm wearing. You know?
All right, it's time for.
Oh gosh.
Oh my God,
add
is that
some
metal music again?
solo.
Metal.
Sounds like Brad Mader.
It is True News. And Jason.
I need some backup vocals. Don't know who that is.
So let's just drown Jason's solo out again. There we go. All right.
Why'd you leave it to the end?
Because
Should've
Brad
done it at the
insists on
beginning.
being embarrassed. You know?
All right, it's Drew News, y'all. We're gonna tell you some stories
Wieners. I had
that.
to
Did you say wieners, dude?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh,
only, yeah.
shit.
I was thirsty. Couldn't wait.
Everybody drank. Everybody drank.
Social.
Time to talk about some stories that you're gonna need to know to survive the week.
Oh.
Really just not, but okay.
So the big news is we have a traffic light now.
Oh, that's
Right.
local news,
I
Joe.
saw
I'll tell
that
you what,
coming
that's
in,
great.
dude.
How
Yeah.
excited are you?
I loved it.
Oh, thank you.
You came in from Brandon.
I've
Yeah.
been waiting 10 years to have that.
Dude,
You know, I
loved
really
it. Like,
didn't have-
seriously, like cutting across that fucking road, I was just
Well,
like,
they
I
wait-
hate
The
this
best,
shit.
the biggest thing is trying to come out of the community to make a left.
I never
Oh,
really
never,
had.
never do that.
Yeah,
Never do that.
I never had a
No,
problem
dude.
You
with that
can now.
intersection until that apartment complex went in there and everyone started making U-turns at our
fuck
turn.
them. Fucking
Like
U-turn
before,
people.
it never bothered me.
Turn
But
somewhere
then
else, not
you
here.
throw that like however many hundreds of units apartment complex right on the road, and they all have to do U-turns to start heading north, and that's when the problem started.
I'm
in
glad
my
they put it in.
opinion.
It was great, but I'm glad they put the light in. It's much easier to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Navigate.
less
Well-
nerve wracking.
It's gonna make it easier, but also, somebody's still gonna have. We're still gonna have an accident at that intersection.
It's a
Go
crazy
take-
intersection.
Somebody's gonna
dude.
fucking be a dumbass.
We've been waiting
and
10 years
run
for
a red
that,
light.
so we're happy now.
Yep.
So
So,
many old
welcome
school people that live
South
here.
Fork Community Intersection.
What do you eat?
I don't know.
Simon's eating a koozie.
It's a koozie.
He's got a Museum of Metal
koozie.
koozie.
Oh,
No.
shit.
Is he?
Oh, it's
No,
probably
he
mine.
was
It's
just
mine.
carrying it around.
I need it.
He
It's
doesn't. He's
mine.
not a. He doesn't
Grab it, Joe.
tear stuff. He
Grab
just
it.
mouths things.
It's mine.
I could be wrong.
Thank you. No,
Oh,
Yep.
it's
bad throw.
Yep.
Bad throw.
Have another beer.
Thank you. All righty.
Yeah, he left us some Museum of Metal stickers too.
Is that
Yeah.
a
You could put
bush,
one
Joe?
on the refrigerator. You could put one on the table
I'll
outside.
grab one of those.
I
Got
got-
a new case I'm doing.
This?
You're drinking a
I'm
bush?
drinking Bush Light Peach.
That's Joe's go-to recently.
That's because
It is.
it's a seasonal and they don't carry it often. So I just happened to have a case from a few
Dirty
months
to
ago.
the max.
All right. So crazy story I saw today. And I just, I'm not a religious person, and I don't talk trash specifically about religion, but I'm also, when I see stories like this, it just makes religion sound that much more horrible.
You sound Muslim, boy.
No, it's not even
I'm
that.
kidding.
No,
I'm
no,
joking. I'm just
nothing wrong
talking
with
shit.
that.
no, it's the Catholic Church hiding,
There's something wrong with that.
the births of children. They don't believe in, abortion, but 796 dead babies found hidden in septic tank at
dear.
mother's home run by nuns. Like, think about that for a minute, dude.
They forgot
many-
to flush.
How many years
100.
is that going on?
But it probably is also from
fucked up.
like. It's probably not recent deaths. It's
No,
probably
but it's
back
years
when
and years
unwed
and
women
years.
got shipped off to live with nuns because they had an unwed pregnancy and they were giving the
get
kid up
it.
for adoption and they want people knowing about it. It's probably like back then, like
No,
the
but
50s and
it's
60s.
It's
It's,
a
probably
baby,
nothing current.
of course, but it's babies born and literally probably being buried alive.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't give a shit.
Well, septic tanks, they were flushing them, right?
Well, that's what it doesn't
Septic tanks
say,
typically have like
but
a hole that you can
could dump it.
Yeah. So they probably were just dumped down into it.
because you can open a septic tank up from the top.
I would just say we're going to have none of that. It was a none joke.
Yeah, that's not that was
Winners!
Now I'm just going to drink to that.
Okay. All right.
Anyways, that to me goes to the whole philosophy of religion sucks, and yeah,
Well, because religion is made by man, so it's inherently flawed.
of course. But when you have people at that level, like I will say this, on the conservative level, their biggest obstacle in the world is being overly religious, because that's what's holding them back. And on the left side of the spectrum is a lot of things. Anyway.
Yep.
All right. Joe.
That's a rabbit hole.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it's not, but Miracle Passenger survives.
No.
Yes, 11,
The plane
11A.
Holy shit.
Fucking 11A, bitch.
11A. So
I bet that
this
seat
is
sold out for the
amazing.
next 12 years.
now
Oh,
here's the
yeah.
thing. I think this seat was next to an emergency exit.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. This guy was paying attention.
Yep.
And he's like, dude, this plane is not going down. Now, his brother was sitting across the aisle in a different seat and wasn't fortunate. He didn't survive.
No.
So, this,
242 people on the plane, only one person survived.
yeah.
So
And
he
then-
jumped out right before it
No,
landed, right? Is
it,
that
it
right?
actually crashed, and it ripped open part of the plane, like ripped open the door by where he was sitting.
Oh.
And
Are
he
you
said,
sure?
I think that's what happened. It ripped it open.
I thought he jumped.
It ripped it open, and then he just like said, "Fuck
They
it." I'm
crashed
gonna-"
into a building.
He
So
jumped-
he's saying he jumped,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he didn't open the door. The plane ripped open, and he
Yes.
went out the hole, as opposed
Yes.
to him opening the door and doing it himself.
Yes.
Holy shit.
I don't know.
Because
I'm
it-
not clear on that.
It landed on an angle that he was able to get out, and then the rest of the fucking
How do
plane
you make that
up.
decision like as that's happening? You know,
That,
like,
and that's
okay,
why,
I'm
and
gonna
that's
jump
why
out
you don't
this
put your
hole.
fucking seatbelt on.
And that's why I don't fly. That's why I don't fly. Period.
That's why you don't put your
You know,
seatbelt on.
I fucking knew it. I told Melissa, I said,
Yeah.
you know, I have Drew almost talked in if I could go to Amsterdam. He's going to read this story. And
Yep.
he's like,
Damn it,
fuck it, I ain't
Drew.
going on the fucking plane. I
Exactly.
knew
I was
it.
going to have him in Thailand and Germany and, and all these other places.
He's gonna miss out on the tour.
Josh, do you drive?
We're gonna have a drinking with Drew
Are you,
tour.
Do I
without-
drive?
Are you a flyer?
So I hate flying.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't
me
like
too.
it. I have.
Yep.
But that ultimately that's what kind of all the years I never got into a bigger band, because I've gotten asked so many times. That was mainly the reason, because I do not want to fucking fly. But
Right.
I mean, if it was something like that I do here, like if like we were talking like with the Merciful Fate thing, then yeah, I would do that. But touring with a band that, for one thing, a bunch of guys I don't really know, that kind of deal, and then yeah, just because you never know. I mean, obviously, I think ultimately planes are safer than cars overall.
But I have control over my
You
car.
have no control at all. You can't stop. You know, if something happens, I get it, but you just got to suck it up and go. You know, if you're needing to be somewhere quicker than a week or two, you know.
I'm not there yet. Maybe 1 year.
When's the last time you flew?
A long
I
time
flew
ago.
to Chicago for some work back in 2015.
Okay, well,
I went 2 times and stayed for 2 weeks or a week at a time. And yeah, I mean, it was, it was what it was, but I literally made my fee enormous to make it worth my time. And my client had
And your
tons of money.
emotional distress.
Yeah, my client was a fucking multimillionaire, and I'm like,
Right.
this is what I'm charging you to go to Chicago and stay there for a week, and they agreed to it. So,
Well,
you know,
cha-ching.
it-
well, Chicago, you could have just drove there in
So you're-
15
so you're
hours,
basically
I
a
technically
whore.
could've.
whatever.
You're
No.
basically a high class whore.
maybe. I mean, sure.
Well, that's good. If it's something you don't want to do, you charge more for it.
My death is worth something.
Yes, exactly. if it's not gonna, I said, hey, look, if I die, give it to my dog.
Well, Josh, I mean, we're going to be the next band signed, I guess. So I mean, we gotta buckle up and get on
you
those
just have to
planes and
go.
do some European tours. Man.
I mean,
Come
you
on.
don't have to fly to get to like Sarasota,
No, I'm talking freaking Hellfest, man. Let's go.
No,
you
obviously,
have
if
to
a-
bring the beer with you.
I think
You gonna
and
play
I don't want to
Burning
say
Man?
who
You're
or what,
Burning
but
Man
I did
next
have
year, right?
a chance to play Vakken one time, and I said no. That was probably the biggest no I've ever had in my life. But upon that, they offered me $50,000 to play drums.
May as well.
I don't know.
No more no's, Josh.
I said no.
No more no's, dude.
Josh, you got something wrong?
You boys are flying
we
from
can
home.
talk later. It's okay.
This
Your
was
mom's
a few years.
friends.
This was a few years ago. It's like,
Josh, do you believe weird things happen in the Antarctic?
I think weird things happen everywhere.
Okay.
Wait, the Arctic
Yeah.
or Antarctic?
Antarctic.
Oh, I have some crazy stories, but
Antarctica.
I don't even like to
So
tell
one is
them.
North Pole, one is South Pole.
Okay. A group of listen to me, Joe. A group of researchers in Antarctica have found strange radio waves coming from the ice below.
Yep.
According to the results published by the Physical Review Letters, the mysterious radio waves were discovered by the Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna, also known as ANITA, not to be confused with Antifa.
It's actually the signals coming out from the Allspark.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
I think they're so. Here's the thing:
I am
when
Megatron.
when the Nazis
One person
were
got that
defeated,
one.
when the Nazis were defeated, they went to Africa and the Antarctic.
With the Argentina.
In
too.
Argentina.
Well, but we're just saying they secretly went to you know what I mean? Secretly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Why? So the rumors are is because Hitler was really big into the like extraterrestrial and all that shit. And,
He was totally obsessed with it.
yeah, and he wanted to go find them, and that's where he sent
He
all
looked
of
for
his.
the Holy Grail. He looked for everything.
Yeah, he was all
Yep.
all into it.
Yeah.
But also Obama and a bunch of other presidents, and there's been a lot of research done at the South Pole. They can't explain these radio waves that are coming from underneath the ice. So this is kind of leaning towards the fact that there's something coming from under the ice.
This isn't a new report, though. I remember hearing this story
Yeah.
years
But this is something that happened
This
like
was like a
recently.
month ago.
Well, this came out June 15th, 2025 at 12:13 a.m. Eastern Time. So it's from Nick Butler and Fox News, so it must be true.
Fox News is the epitome of truth.
Wessel went on to explain that the radio waves should have been undetectable. The waves would have had to go through thousands of kilometers of rock and would have been absorbed into the rocks. She also said in a release that the team of researchers had no answer about how these neutrinos were detected. According to Wessel, neutrinos are important to the understanding of the universe due to emitted by the
Neutrinos?
high energy sources and are typically hard to detect. Wessel went on to say that they could have been billions of neutrons passing through you at any moment. Joe, right now you have billions
Yep.
of neutrinos passing through you at any moment.
Not neutrinos?
Nope, not neutrinos.
Neutrinos.
No, it's not neutrinos. It's like a snack.
No, it's not a tortilla chip.
Yep,
I am
you're going to eat them
hungry
right
now.
now. Not neutrinos. So
New
this,
from Doritos.
she says, so this is a double-edged sword problem. If we detect them, it means they have traveled all this way without interacting with anything else. We could be detecting a neutrino coming from the edge of the observable universe. Observable.
Yeah, that.
Now to
Let's
the
have another
educational
drink.
question of the
Let's
show.
make this better.
What's
Yep.
Old Smoky?
So what do you think, Josh? Aliens?
Oh, could be. Who knows?
I'm going aliens. I think it's their antennas.
Antennae.
Antennae.
I think it's the army of the penguins.
Yes.
Penguins are gonna say, "I'm taking the fucking Earth back."
But here's the thing. It says this in the article. I won't go into it, but they specifically chose this location for the lack of radio frequency interference to do a study, and ended up finding radio interference, like coming from under the ice. So very crazy and weird. I mean, there's research it. It's on the New York Post, which is obviously a very reliable source.
And I have a cat in my face.
That is
Now you're gonna have a
Oh, look
butthole
at
in your face.
Bitty,
Scare
Oh,
Shmoo.
that was
Social.
bitty, bitty.
I think that there are a lot of things we don't understand that we can't fathom, and
The lyrics to your songs.
I would even ask that this thing that we can't understand, these things that are going on. What if that's our next phase of life after this life? Who knows?
Be on the air.
I don't want to be in the Antarctic 'cause I don't want to be cold, but
Well, what if cold is not a thing for that afterlife? Though?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That next phase.
Because
Right?
of global warming, we're gonna have to go there because that's the only place we can survive. It's gonna be too hot everywhere else.
But what if we're not really subject to that type of survival?
I
What
will
if
tell
it
you, when
doesn't
I
matter?
died, there was no
You know?
hot or cold. It was just calmness. So I did have my vision, which doesn't make sense to me as a spirit. Why do spirits have vision?
Well, you weren't ready to go yet, though. I don't know.
He was too young to get sucked
You,
off.
I mean, you passed, right? But that too. And the nurse wasn't hot enough, right? No, but I mean, you're
Ghost reference.
He didn't get the other one.
even though you went, your time, that wasn't your time yet. True, you're still here, man. You still had shit to do. You had a podcast to start, right? You had a show to do, right?
You had
You
to
didn't
bring
know
all.
that.
You had to bring all the rest of us together.
But I mean, there's one scientist that says we have particles, the same particles that Stardust has. We literally have Stardust in our
Great
bodies,
song.
right? Stardust is a song by Delane. They tour with Nightwish. It's a really good song. But no, we have particles of Stardust like within us. So I mean, what is that?
I was going
called?
with the 70s song, but
No,
whatever.
I tried to get in the 70s. I just couldn't really,
Okay.
I was an 80s kid.
Joe, idiot tourist sits on and shatters Van Gogh chair adorned with thousands of Swarovski crystals.
Swarovski.
I saw that video.
What a dick.
All these people correcting me all the
I
time.
didn't do it.
How do you say it, Joe?
Swarovski.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
said,
wrong,
what did
yeah.
I say?
Something
I don't know.
Russian.
I said Swarovski.
Yeah.
It's very close.
I saw that video. I didn't know what the hell I was watching though.
He just sat on the chair and he broke it.
Like,
Yeah,
but-
it was like it looked like a man and a woman went
Yeah.
to the exhibit.
let's-
There is a chair.
show it.
The woman
Yeah.
does like the photo first, where she like squats, looking like she's sitting on the chair, and he takes the photo. She gets up. He goes to do the same thing. Well, he actually sits on. It looks like he's trying to squat, but I don't know if his legs gave out or if he just put too much weight on it. But the thing broke.
Then
So,
they just
I
like
thought
ran
you were
out of
showing
there,
the
right?
video.
Now, what
did?
chair
They
was this
did.
again?
So it's a
just show the
Van
chair.
Gogh
Show the chair.
a Van Gogh inspired Swarovski crystal covered chair. It's
You got
like it's an
peanut butter in your
exhibit.
mouth? I don't understand the word you just
Yeah,
said.
it's not a Van Gogh, but it's Van Gogh inspired
What was it worth?
a lot.
Very,
And-
don't get out
And
of
they
here.
were able to actually fix it. So I don't know if he's getting charged or anything. That's the article did not say
That's
it,
a
but
cha-ching.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
And you wonder why there's no surprise when you got cities like Barcelona that are actually like throwing water at
Barcelona.
tourists because they say, "Fuck it, we don't want tourists anymore."
No, go-
Like they don't want
yeah.
they don't want
Because
over
of the
tourism.
behavior, yeah,
And then
I
you
get
have
They're
the
spraying
Louvre.
water on them.
Yeah, they're spraying water on tourists. And now you have the Louvre, which is the most famous museum in the world, the most over-visited museum in the world. They're going on the employees are going on strike because they can't handle the overwork. And you wonder because we just basically we're over tourisming the country or the world.
I like that
People said,
verb.
Fuck it.
Well, I like that too, but I would say it's people. I think it's a cultural problem, which I don't know how to change that. But like even like you guys know how familiar I am with Thailand. Most of the problems come from tourists there, and as other countries as well. And I wish people would do just some research, some basic, due diligence on the customs of that country and what to do, what not to do. Just some
to
basic
be
stuff.
respectful when you go over there.
Exactly. To be respectful, but unfortunately, not everybody's like that. So I don't know how to change that. How do you change that? How do
Just
you?
fly
But
to
then-
Amsterdam and have lunch.
But then you have places like Florida where the majority of our industry is based on people coming to Florida for spring break or for the summer vacation or whatnot.
All right,
If you didn't
well-
have the over tourism, then our economy would be shit.
You think so though?
I think so.
Yeah,
All right, Joe,
yeah.
Josh,
Yeah.
Brad.
you're going to go see the Mel Brooks
Jason.
Spaceballs 2.
Yeah.
After
Yeah,
38
absolutely.
years, fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
And Spinal Tap too.
Yep.
Coming out.
Now, allegedly, this is Spaceball 3's in the search of Spaceball 2.
Well, there
There's-
was a couple of
there's a-
different jokes of what the new
Right.
title was supposed to be.
Right.
We
Because they
ain't
talked
found
about-
shit. Oh,
They
sorry.
talked about Spaceball 2, The Search for More Money, in the original movie, but they
Yeah.
never made it. There was a few there was a few proposals that never got happened. So there was some jokes about what the title of the movie would be.
Well, at the end of
making a reference to, because Mel Brooks likes to, like, History of the World Part 1, Part 2 never came out.
Yeah.
Like, he always makes reference to movies that don't exist. So that's
Josh,
typical
Didn't he
of
have
him.
it as Jews in space or something like that? At the end of the
There was a couple things.
That chair will
But
be in
no,
it also,
listen.
the Swartzky chair.
But just
Spaceballs, the flamethrower.
just to give Mel Brooks credit, in like 2 weeks he turns 99.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That motherfucker
shit.
is gonna produce and star in a movie at 99.
You ever seen Life Stinks?
You better hurry
Remember that
up.
one?
He
Oh,
made
yeah.
Kirk
Yeah.
before then.
Killer
He's
fucking movie.
crazy.
Good movie.
Now, Josh,
why he was
if you
rich
see
and then
some
became a bum or
Spaceball
something.
2's pops coming through first line, that's
yeah.
good money, right?
Oh, for
I
sure
would
it
say
will be.
since they've never made anything
Yeah.
from that movie except unless it was bootleg
Well,
shit.
There's a
Yeah.
reason for that too.
Oh, I know the reason.
The reason for that is because of George Lucas.
George Lucas. Yeah.
Because when
He gave him the rights to make
before the
Spaceball, yeah.
movies, before the movie came out, he had a discussion with them, and they said, "Oh, it's too similar. I'll only let you do it if you don't merchandise."
No, it wasn't similar. It was making fun of it.
Yes,
Right.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
let you make fun of
Yeah.
my movie with
As long
other
as-
movies
as long
also.
as you don't merchandise.
But you're not
Right.
making no more. So that's why and
That
to
was-
be that popular
yeah.
of a movie still
Right.
Oh,
is fucking crazy.
Now-
Spaceballs was one of my favorite movies of all
Now,
time.
Yeah.
is that
great.
same caveat being held on this movie?
I don't think.
I
Who
don't
knows
know.
now? Because George Lucas doesn't own
He
it.
doesn't know.
Right.
Disney owns it
So
now.
Disney might say like, "Hey, don't be fucking around. You can't be doing this
Yeah,
or
but
that."
I mean
but
that original
maybe
contract,
not.
Tons
original
of pops
handshake
with this-
agreement.
I mean, if
doesn't
you
it,
think
know,
about it,
Yeah.
though, if you get a Darth Vader pop right now, it looks like the helmet, like 'cause it's always got like the bigger head.
dark
No,
and
but
tight as a
also
body.
Yeah.
also Disney's a
the dark
monetizing
helmet.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
And there's so many Disney pops out there, so I would imagine.
and
they're
I
gonna
would.
do
I
it.
mean, who knows if Disney doesn't back them up on it? I mean,
Disney
Maybe,
might- Disney
maybe
will-
Disney's
Like,
doing
they
it.
they might. Yeah, they might. They
Yeah.
might be funding it. Who knows?
Right.
They get
Produce-
get a couple points on the movie. Why not?
Yeah.
there might be a Spaceballs ride at fucking Disney soon. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows? Darth Vader may show up in the fucking movie.
that was one of my favorite movies of all time. Spaceballs.
Baseballs.
It's not anymore.
No, it still is. I'm just saying, like,
Oh, it's great.
it's
a
the
great
kind of movie when I was in college, I used to just put the DVD on and just let it play
That
while I
was
went
the only.
to sleep.
That was the only movie we had in my first apartment. Me
Yeah.
and my roommates. So we couldn't afford cable, and that was the only thing we had. So we knew like line by line that whole
for
freaking
sure.
movie. Yeah, it was great.
These are not them. You've captured their stunt doubles.
That was great.
Comb the desert.
So much shit.
And we ain't found shit.
The hell are we looking at now? This is now.
is now.
When did
Yeah,
that
right
happen? Then
Just missed it.
they went to plaid. That's why Elon does
So
that
much
whole
shit.
shit with the Tesla.
Yeah, yeah.
Because of that movie.
Florida man booked 120 free flights posing as a flight attendant.
Genius.
Jeez.
Isn't that
Name
great?
is
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Brad
It's
Pitt.
like Catch Me If You Can thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, well, this is recent.
He was deadhead.
A Florida man who posed as a flight attendant for 4 different airlines booked 120 free flights over 6 years. According to a press release from the United States Attorney of the South District of Florida, 35-year-old Tyron Alexander pretended to be a flight attendant for multiple airlines between 2018 and 2024, accessing the carrier's website intended for flight crews to book free flights using their employee benefits. Brad, how does that happen?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
If my
I mean-
wife was here, she could probably answer
Maybe.
all that shit.
Yeah, but back in the day when you used to just show up and be like, "Oh, you have the right uniform on," they let you on and be like, "Oh, you must work for Delta." Okay, but now everything's fucking online. How do you fake it online? I mean, you got to have like
You
gotta
employee-
log in
He's
employee
got
logins
he's got
and stuff,
somebody's
but-
info.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna guess he knows someone that works for or used to work for, and they just never deactivated their credentials, so
Okay.
he was using their
Possibly.
login. That's my guess.
Does
That
Alex
was that movie with
yeah,
DiCaprio.
DiCaprio,
like
yeah.
Catch Me If You Can. And he was doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was different times.
But yeah, I mean, he probably got a badge and
Yeah, he just fake shit. Like that was
Able to get on the
physical
computer.
fraud where he was just showing a fake ID and getting online.
knew the
Or-
codes.
yeah.
Like if he went up to like an actual counter, nobody was there, and he had a badge to scan in, I'm sure he could just pop in. If you knew all the airport codes,
Dude, you know how many places I've gotten into with just a clipboard?
Yeah.
You,
Oh, yeah.
you carry
Oh,
a
yeah,
clipboard.
yeah.
I've gotten into some crazy places with a clipboard.
I saw some video. They were carrying a ladder and going in. Did you see that?
They're going
They're
on
like,
the
oh, we
line.
gotta do maintenance. Yeah, they were going and watching
There's
movies.
three things I have in my vehicle: a construction vest, a clipboard, and one of those construction rulers.
and a bunny
Those
suit.
those walkers, dude.
The
The
measuring wheel.
The measuring wheel.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of harm with those three things. I'm telling you right now, man. Like I, just saying, people don't pay attention.
When Spaceballs comes out, we should do that. Just jump in the car and walk in and be like, hey, we're gonna
I've done it, man.
Just
Like,
put a pair
check
of-
out some shit.
A pair of coveralls and carry a paint roller or something.
Have Jason shoot the video. We'll put it on.
Alexander was convicted on June 5th of wire fraud and entering into a secure area of an airport by false pretenses. Some of the airlines named in the court documents are Southwest Airlines, American Airlines, and Delta Airlines.
Oh.
Alexander flew 34 flights on one airline by pretending to be a flight attendant or staff member by using 30 different badge numbers and dates of hire to book his no-cost flights. He also claimed to be a flight attendant with 3 other airlines to book more flights. Alexander is scheduled to be sentenced October 25th, a maximum sentence of 20 years.
Yeah, he got a hold of a badge.
You think?
Yeah, if he got on the
From
same
3
vi-
different sites, from
yeah,
3 different
he got
airlines.
a hold of a badge somehow. And
He's
then
fucking flight attendants and stealing their badges.
he could
probably.
be. Yep.
He's gay.
He knew that because you
And
have
he's
to know a
fucking
lot of shit. You
dudes
got to know
and
the
stealing
airport
their-
codes.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
fucking.
yeah.
Here's what's happening.
All right, you tell me.
He is because you know how the flight attendants, they go into hotels and they sleep there
Yep.
and they're hoary. Not your wife personally, but
She's not a flight attendant.
oh, I don't know, okay, whatever.
I got you.
Thank you.
But they go to these hotels, they hang out, and they party at night. Do you ever notice? I've been to
heard.
hotels.
No,
There's
I've
an
heard.
infamous flight
I've been-
attendant who has an OnlyFans page that
No,
is
I've been
that
to
content
I've
exactly.
been to hotels where flight attendants come in. There's one in Orlando I had to stay at. The flight attendants come in. The one that I particularly was staying at that night, they were from Switzerland. Is that right?
So they were hot.
And they were hot, and they all smoked cigarettes.
Right.
All blonde, aliens. Yeah, and I think he's banging them, but he's probably gay, banging men and stealing their ID to be
Oh.
that same,
That's
to
an
get that
interesting spin.
same ID.
There's gonna be another movie coming out with that guy.
I just made one of
Mm-hmm.
them.
Oh.
Spaceballs 5.
Play with my balls and give me your badge.
It's called Air Balls.
It's called air balls.
balls.
It's called flight balls.
Light balls.
I think being a gay dude like that, you can be very convincing and do a lot of stuff with that.
How's that work,
How do you know?
Tell us about that.
The
Personal
way you
experience.
started that, it was like,
I know.
being a gay man.
Right.
Being a gay man in a gay shell.
Yeah, like,
Tell us a little more.
That's why I like to say
Who's
wiener a
that
lot.
gay, and Josh, Drew, you
Gay man on
guys,
a gay show.
we're gonna fly
Josh
to,
said wiener.
kind of do the gay thing for a little bit. We're gonna fly to Germany. He goes like, oh my god, yeah, I love this so much. Yeah, we're going to Germany. We didn't. All of a sudden, we're on a plane together. So I think
He's been trying to get you on one for a while.
Come with us, Drew. We got a special seat for you.
Yeah, special seat, yeah.
Driver pulls into 7-Eleven to escape road rage situation and wins a $600,000 from scratch off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at
So-
you,
That's
you lucky
lucky,
bastard.
right?
South Orange, New Jersey. A driver pulled into a 7-Eleven to escape a road rage situation and ended up winning it big on a scratch-off. According to NewJ.com, a driver in Essex County, New Jersey, was traveling down a roadway on June 3rd when they found themselves in a heated situation with one other driver. There was a car stopped there. And had a pop-up. And I was just waiting. I honked. Rather than moving, they just sat there, and I could tell he was glaring at me. I did not want the drama, so I decided to pull into the 7-Eleven. That was right there. I said to myself, let me go get a lottery ticket. The driver told the lottery officials, part of the conduct. So they go inside. They purchase a $30 colossal crossword scratch-off, Joe.
Oh, those are the worst.
$30.
$30.
Or the crosswords are
What?
annoying.
And realized they had won.
one.
They realized they had won the grand prize with matching 10 words. So
too much
on
work.
top of that,
Yeah.
the unidentified individual also scored $100 from Pick 3 and Pick 4 tickets purchased during the lucrative pit stop. Now, here's the thing. I mean, luckily that dude wasn't pissed off enough to wait outside the 7-Eleven and steal their shit. Like, you don't get paid right then and there.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, with those type of tickets, you have to go to like the state lottery office.
No, New
You can't just go to
New
7-Eleven
Jersey,
and say,
you're
"Give me
allowed to
cash."
remain anonymous. Apparently, because it doesn't give their name.
I think it's anything over 1,000, isn't it?
Not in Florida.
I had to.
You did?
Yeah,
got hit?
$1,000. I had to go.
Yeah, but
Really?
you were. I know, but were you allowed to rename anonymous?
I just gave it to Melissa and she did it. So I don't know.
I don't think in Florida you can remain anonymous.
But they're
I
not.
think
They're not announcing. Oh, this person won $1,000 on a scratcher, or
Or
whatever.
it could be because they're a victim of crime.
How much did you win, by the way?
It was 1,000.
Oh.
Yeah, on a $5 scratch off. Yeah.
Okay.
So in
job.
Florida, you don't think you can remain anonymous?
No, you
if
can't.
You
In
can't.
Florida, no, you can in Florida.
You cannot.
No, you
or-
cannot. You cannot. In New Jersey, you can.
Now, why is that though? That's
They want you
not-
to pay the taxes and all that.
They
So
just want you to get harassed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
I think it's because they want to make a big deal out of it, and the only
Well,
way they can
publicity.
do it is to
Make it
plaster
public.
a face onto it. I mean, if I were there, I'd be wearing
So
like
if I
a
win, like,
disguise, and I'd be
10
like, "Fuck off."
If we go to Hard Rock and win 10 grand or something like that, then I mean, is it different
That's
with
different.
that?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
okay.
different
So
because it's the Indian.
Indian.
yes,
Right.
that's completely
They're
different.
not
okay.
taking taxes
I
out
don't play
on the
Florida
spot.
lottery, by the way.
They
so-
do take taxes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they
Yeah,
can.
They do, yeah.
Casino?
Yep.
I think they ask you if you want them to take taxes. If not,
Yeah.
they send you the tax document, and you have
Oh.
to claim taxes on it. Yeah.
You know.
They do all of it right there, and then it's up to you to do it at the end of the year. But yeah, I pretty much lived up there for like
I don't
5 years.
win any money, so
I just learned how to play crap, so we're gonna.
You still have no clue how to play craps.
I've watched a lot of videos.
I played poker.
Other than
up
you
there
don't
for
say
like
the word
5 years.
7, and you
Every
throw
night.
it until the number 7 lands, and then you lose all your money.
well,
I gotta go.
I miss Death Metal Dave.
I miss my bed because I'm tired.
You're always tired.
I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning.
Jason
Me
is signing
too.
off soon, by the way.
Why'd
so
you
I
get
gotta
up
head
so early?
All right, we
I
have,
gotta work.
Yeah.
all right, we have one more story.
damn people
Okay?
with jobs.
Jesus Christ.
I got a big job. Yeah.
Come on, wrap it up,
You
Joe.
guys, man, you guys.
Y'all can stay and hang out. I don't
gotta
No,
care.
no,
I
no.
just
Last
I
time
gotta
you
get
did
up
that,
at
there was a
4:30 to go
problem.
to the gym.
That's true.
Yeah, Joe's
true.
got to be up early, guys.
We got to get up at 4:30 to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Actually, I go early.
Jason,
morning,
what do you make of this elephant that made its way into a store to raid snacks in Thailand?
First of all, this is called a chung. Chung is elephant in Thai, by the way.
Okay.
Chung chung. Are we
Chung
showing
chung?
the picture or no?
We can try.
There's
Oh,
a
you don't- you
video
don't-
video.
Wait until we get past the ads. Okay. But yeah, it's a chung chung.
Chung chung.
Chung.
Okay,
Chung.
so chung chung is two
Yeah.
elephants.
Chung. Yeah, well, when sometimes Thai people will say things twice, like ling is monkey. Oh, ling ling, not like
No,
up.
that's
It's
not
like
right.
a cute, monkey, whatever, right? But Chang is so. Another fact about Thailand. So Chang is also a beer in Thailand as well. So
How does that make sense?
Refresh the page.
Elephant
spelled
beer.
Chang.
Do I want a beer or do I want an elephant?
You want to bang an
You
elephant?
probably want the beer. The beer's actually good.
Depends what your kink is.
Now I like Singha better than Chang. You've had Singha before,
I have.
so. But I saw we saw that the Chang making its way into the store. There's just another day. I
You
mean,
saw it?
yeah. I wouldn't say it's another
I
day in
sent it to
Thailand.
Candy when
It's-
it came out.
Yeah, Drew tagged me
No,
in
but
it
you
as
didn't
well.
see it in real life.
Oh.
No, not in real life. No.
You just spent the whole fucking month there. You didn't see one elephant.
Have you ever
No.
seen an elephant just walking around randomly? Like,
randomly.
Chilling out?
No.
Have you ever seen an elephant?
We have, yeah.
Okay.
So we don't support the whole like elephant ride type thing. There are elephants. There's an elephant sanctuary in northern Thailand called Chiang Mai, and so we
Does
support
Chiang Mai
something like
have
that.
chung chung?
I was gonna say, isn't Chiang Mai,
man,
Chiang
here we
Mai
go.
the city too?
It is, yeah.
The name?
Chiang Mai is a city, so there's an elephant sanctuary there where they actually
no
take
video.
elephants that have been,
Chiang Mai.
just protecting them. In other words, but we don't support the places that have elephant rides and that sort of thing. So, but no, the Chang or the elephant rather making it into the store. That's not like something that happens every day, obviously, but yeah, it made the world news. So
It's awesome.
it's
though.
funny. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Ching chong.
I would have been
chung
giving
chung.
it bananas and whatever
learning,
fruit it
man.
wanted.
They will. Where do you
I'm
learn?
gonna
Now,
absorb this language.
this screams Joe all over the place. Man calls 911 after being denied sex at a Clearwater strip club.
Why does this have to do with me? That
He's
sounds nothing
wearing
like me.
pajamas and on a John Deere
That
lawnmower.
sounds nothing like me.
A man is facing misdemeanor charges after deputies say he called 911 from a strip club after being denied sex.
Well, because it was probably false advertising.
21, called 911 in the early morning hours of Sunday, June 8th at Oz Gentleman Club in Clearwater. The Pinellas County, the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office arrested this. He said they told 911 operators to come and take him to jail, and complained that the security at the club had taken $300 from him. And Nolfe told the responding deputy that he had obtained a private room and paid a staff member $300 for sex. When the staff member refused, he called the police for assistance. The responding deputy also noted that the man was slurring his words. I don't know what that's like. And smelled strongly of alcohol. He was charged with misuse of the 911 system.
How is it misuse if she offered him something and then took his money?
That's why I
and
said
then
it sounds
didn't-
just like Joe.
I'm not saying it was
There we
me.
go. Yeah.
I'm just saying, but if she offered it and then
Because
took
it's
his
still
money and then
solicitation. So solicitation is
Yeah, but it's-
illegal.
But
So
it's
if-
solicitation on her part too.
Joe,
Right.
But if
you
he's
go-
hammered,
But
if
it's-
he's hammered,
at that
Hey,
point,
did she get
here's some
arrested?
Ching chong, want
Did
some
she get
chong chong.
arrested too?
But
No.
at that point, too, it could be his word against hers, but he's calling and saying, I was soliciting a woman for sex and she took my money.
Joe,
That's not really
if
an
you go
emergency.
if you go to the corner and you buy a bag of weed and you get ripped off, you call
Okay.
the cops.
Yeah.
duh. I mean, who else is going to
He
call
stole
us?
my
Fucking
drugs.
push, man. Don't be
He stole
dissing
my
me.
drugs.
Yeah. Those are bad. Okay.
I want the kush.
Calling Ghostbusters? Cushbusters?
I would have, but Harold Ramis is dead.
That's why I say it reminded me of Joe. All right.
It has nothing to do with me.
Okay.
I like
just-
I like Josh's face when you guys get into this shit.
Yeah, it's
You know,
great.
see him going, I looked over a few times. He's just like, what the fuck?
I mean, I feel like the last time he was here, the entire conversation was about poop. So he's probably like, you know what, this is a better show.
I mean, it wasn't Jason poop, but it still was poop.
Yeah.
I'm out of beers anyways.
Right?
Josh,
But am I
you-
I'm
wrong?
done.
Josh has Christian hymns going through his head right now while we're doing this.
Right.
All right, y'all. I guess we're
Overly
done.
faithful.
We're going to call it for the night because we have tired people who want to go to bed. And
Yeah, these old folks.
Well, we
you know.
can't
All these
go to
old
work
people.
and-
Blah, blah, blah. We will listen to our,
These damn people that have jobs.
our new show outro
Yes.
as we leave. We want to thank Death Metal Dave for coming out. We want to thank Josh Jones for coming out.
Thank you.
And Jason Stallworth. And Brad Mater. And of course, Pajama Joe for walking across the street. And Lusty Laura for putting some clothes on and walking across the house.
Oh.
So thank you all for showing up and hanging out with me for the show. And I have a lot of empty beer cans.
And
1,
we
2,
want to
3,
thank
4,
you
5.
for not getting so drunk that you puked again.
You guys are ruining the ending of the show because it's going to happen.
Oh, no.
It never gets old.
Yeah, here we go. All right, y'all. We'll be back next week, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Be sure to like, subscribe, and set the little alert bell so you know when we're going live. And you will be able to tune in and comment live. Thank you to all of our commenters that tuned in tonight. We appreciate you guys hanging out. So, we'll see you next week. It's been the Drinking with Drew Show. My name's Drew, and I'm drunk.
All right, end the show.
Bye, bitches.
That's it. Say goodbye to everybody.
Everybody. All right, everybody. This has been another episode of the Drinking with Drew Show. Check us out every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Spread the word, spread the love. Check us out on all of our socials: Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and Humble Social. Big thank you to our sponsor, InLawWeTrust.com. We'll see you next week.